good and terrible.
Well, I have a microphone, and you don't.
So you will listen to every damn word I have to say!
This is the Mike Rutherford Show on the Big X.
The sportos, motorheads, geek bloods, wastoids, dweebies, they all adore him. They think he's a righteous dude.
The Mike Rutherford Show, presented by United Mechanical, your trusted partner for commercial and industrial HVAC, electrical, plumbing, and refrigeration. Call United Mechanical at 502-339-1133.
Well, I'll stand up next to a mountain.
I thought I hit the button. I'm sorry. I must hit the wrong button. Or I'm going to blame fat fingers. But I did watch, yes. At 9:30, I turned on the pregame, 10 o'clock. So I did forget completely to watch any Stanley Cup last night.
Great game.
I did see that. It wasn't until, of all people, my mom was like, so what's the score of the Stanley Cup? I'm like, oops. And at that time, it was, I think, 4-2, and it was in the third period, so I just didn't turn it on.
That's okay.
But I did feel kind of bad. I was like, I can't believe I forgot to stand. But I got caught up in the World Cup, man. It's World Cup fever, baby.
You've got World Cup fever.
I've got so much so that I want to get the souvenir cups from McDonald's now.
I didn't know they had those.
They do, and that gives me flashback to our childhood, does it not? Like the Dream Team cups. Remember those?
Do you remember when McDonald's used to have more regional campaigns, I feel like, when we were growing up.
Maybe.
Now everything's national. But they had, if you remember, they sold commemorative Battle for the Governor's Cup cups before the first game in 1994.
Not remember that.
Yeah, I remember getting them. I think we had like 5 in my house growing up because you just would save those.
I've got a bunch of souvenirs from that game that I went to, including a T-shirt and a popcorn bucket still from that game.
Yeah, they used to do more regional stuff, and I remember it was a big thing. It was like the game one, I think, was what the cups were called.
Huh.
And it was a pretty cool thing.
Now I know if you went in certain parts of Kentucky, I learned, and you went to McDonald's, they did have like UK souvenir cups, or stuff that had like "Go Big Blue" on it. Stuff that used to always make me mad because they've never seen one for Louisville, short of what you just described. I only remember the national stuff like Dream Team and I think Star Wars was Burger King, actually, if I remember right. Like glass cups. But yeah, I do miss those. I miss the anytime they should do this every World Cup, even if it's not USA.
I agree.
I mean, the Olympics. I mean, even the NBA Finals or college, the Super Bowl. I don't know, something. I mean, it's not like it's going to hurt McDonald's really financially.
Agreed. We've also got the College World Series going on right now. Game 1 is Troy versus West Virginia. Our boy Skylar Meade trying to coach the Trojans to their first ever. They're already in their first ever CWS, so clearly this would be their first ever CWS victory. It is 1-1 in the second inning. They had a cool video where, Skylar, the only game we won in that 2007 College World Series appearance, the first in program history, was against Mississippi State. And Skylar got, I think, the last 7 outs of that game.
I only remember beating Oklahoma State. That's the only thing I remember.
We didn't beat Oklahoma State.
I thought that was the 07. Was that?
No. We lost to Rice, we beat Mississippi State, and we lost to North Carolina.
No, I meant to get there. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, didn't we blow out Oklahoma State in like the Super Regional or something?
In the game 3, yeah. After we blew a huge lead in game 2, we came back and destroyed them.
Didn't mean to distract you. I was just saying that.
No,
I
you're
do
good.
Remember that, yeah.
So they had a video today of they showed the Troy players, Skylar, like the highlights of his last 7 outs in that game. And by the end of his career, so Skylar had arm problems a lot. He was a kid, the classic, I guess, cautionary tale. He's like breaking off sliders and curveballs at the age of 10. And unfortunately ran into some arm problems not thereafter. So by the time he was a fifth-year senior at U of L, his fastball was kind of gone. He was a junk pitcher by that point. So they're showing his highlights, and he's topping out at like 82, 83 on his fastball. And all of his current players are like, I mean, I would have put that 380 feet into the seats. Like I can't believe it. And Skylar's kind of making fun of himself where it's like, oh, yeah. He's like, corner. 79 on the dot, and like it's a very funny clip. I retweeted it earlier.
If you place it right, Greg Maddox will tell you the speed doesn't matter.
Which kind of anymore, not as much true because they have the strike zone. Maddox lived Maddox lived with getting strikes that were about 6 inches off the plate.
Well, if you still get them to swing at it, it still counts as a strike.
Right, but if you don't get the call, they're not going to swing at it.
No,
so
that's true.
I think Greg Maddox would have a few more, and he's my favorite pitcher of all time. I think he would have a lot of trouble in today's game just because he lived for getting that call right off the plate, now they don't give it to you anymore.
There was a cool, I think it was on MLB Network one day. I just happened to catch it. They had like a 2-hour, like it was a documentary on Greg Maddox or like a special on him, just going through his career.
Oh, his stories are incredible.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. And people talked about his brother and how they pitched against each other at one point. And I think was it Mike Maddox, his brother's name, if I remember right?
Sounds right. Yeah,
but yeah. Greg Maddox, I agree with you. I mean, growing up watching Cubs on Jim Begian in the early '90s, and he was obviously along with a lot of those other players like the Hawk, Andre Dawson, and so on, Sandberg. But so I was best pitcher of the '90s. You don't agree with me? I'll fight you on that one.
I agree.
No other doubt.
It was one of the things when he was later in his career, when he went back to the Cubs. I made it a point to go to a Reds game when he was pitching, just so I got a chance to actually see him in person before he called it a career. And, he kind of got shelled. It was not it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. He went probably 5 1/3 and gave up 4 runs, a couple home runs. But it was just to be out there and to see him. And we had good seats because I went with Danny and his fan, and this is when the Reds were real bad. One of the many years in my view,
more specific,
where they've been, and it was a little bit. It was late summer, so all hope had been gone for several months at that point. So we had very good seats, and to be kind of close to behind home plate and to watch Greg Maddux pitch for even 5 innings was still very cool.
Speaking of the Reds, I know we don't talk baseball.
We don't talk baseball on this show.
So is that why we didn't mention yesterday being I guess would have been the 26th anniversary of the Griffey trade?
Well, that's not accurate.
I saw it.
No. Griffey got traded the same day that we beat Syracuse. We did talk about it the day that it was the anniversary because Griffey got traded to the Reds the same day that Louisville beat Syracuse in basketball.
It was in 2000, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because it was.
Why would they make a trade for Ken Griffey on June 12th? It was.
Baseball's going on, isn't it?
It was February 10th, 2000.
Okay. 2 weeks later, I started working at Cardboard Heroes, and we had.
Nobody cares.
Griffey jerseys out the yin yang. That doesn't get a drink, by the way.
Why did you think that the Griffey trade happened?
Because apparently I'm an idiot. I fell for Facebook stories. Remember, Mike?
Yeah, February 12th, 2000.
Okay.
We got the Griffey trade.
You're right. So,
and then we went home and we played Syracuse, who had just lost for the first time that season, I think that weekend before. But they were still ranked 2nd or 3rd in the country, and we beat them. I remember that team in 2000, they had to have a huge win to boost their NCAA tournament resume because they had not played well in CUSA. They got that. It was an all-time sports day of my youth. It was an incredible day. I just remember going to school the next day and being like, man, walking on sunshine.
See, somebody tweeted on this day, and they did the Sports Center clip of the announcing the trade. So that's how I fell for it, I guess.
Sometimes you have to look up stuff on your own.
And,
or sometimes you got to think about it for 5 seconds and think, would they have, I know he started the season with the Reds, so why would that trade have happened on June 10th?
The sad part is I remember seeing the general manager and it's showing that day and thinking that Cardboard Heroes reference to myself because I started in March and didn't even click in my head that, wait a minute, this is June right now. Why would I be seeing this?
Yeah.
I don't know what date it is. It all ends in Y to me.
There you go. It is Friday. I'm headed right from here to, we got dress rehearsal tonight, Trev.
Ooh.
For the dance competition.
So you can just yell goodbye as you're running out the door.
Pretty much. We got Louisville Ballet School. We were supposed to have, Jacob Lane was going to come in. He's going to start coming in on Fridays. This, I think he was supposed to start today. But they've got some family stuff going on. He was going to come in at 4, but it looks like he's probably not going to be able to make it in today. We will have at 4 o'clock Paolo DiPiccolo, former U of L soccer star, former Lou City soccer star, now working for Lou City, to come on, talk a little World Cup, talk a little Lou City, talk a little soccer with us on the Collier Law Firm hotline. We'll have that. And then, big dance competition tomorrow, Trev.
I'm pumped.
The day is here. It's happening. Our live auction, I'm going to share the link here shortly. It won't be live until tomorrow, but you can still peruse the items. We got some good stuff out there that people hopefully will want to bid on. So that'll take up my entire Saturday, and then I'm off for vacation on Sunday. Next week, updated lineup. Trevor, I made sure you weren't going to be alone for any day.
Oh, thank you.
We're good to go now.
This is my love life, right?
Monday, we're going to have former U of L football sensation, Vincent Lococo, now working for State of Louisville on one of their 75 podcasts. He'll be in here. I think Jacob's going to come in also with him for that show. On Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll have Rashawn Myers of Wake Up 502. He'll be filling in, I'm sure, talk a steady dose of hoops with you guys.
And bird attacks.
Bird attacks as well. Apparently, we found out this week he's been attacked consistently by, is it pigeons?
He didn't actually specify the bird. If you want to know, tune in on Tuesday.
I'm sure he'll recount all of his bird attack tales. So we'll have that going on. Thursday, Dalton Pence. You know him from Mondays with Dalton Pence. He'll be in here on Thursday, and then Jacob Lane back on Friday with a cast of characters to do the show. So, yeah, we got you covered for next week. You will have no shortage of U of L sports talk.
And you got me.
Although you don't want to do the show by yourself.
No, I want to be with somebody. Listen, I do everything else in my life by myself. Why do I have to do radio alone?
Now, you are apparently kind of like programming note here.
Ooh.
People have been talking about, why aren't we doing, we used to have Roman 2 to 2:30. Mm-hmm. We've had shows like that. You are going to start doing a lead-in show like Roman did 2 to 2:30.
When you come back, while you're gone, since I'll be helping in with the fill-in host and stuff. But yes, upon the request of behind the scene I know you don't want to admit it, and the texters have said, that so I can stop maybe chiming in so much, interrupting you. The bosses and powers to be have found it better just to let me get a half an hour before your show and just kind of, clear the pipes, so to speak. Not like so I don't going into a date with a loaded gun. Get the stuff off my mind. Maybe get it out of my system before I come on with you at 2:30.
I think it's probably a good thing.
It probably won't stop me from interrupting you too much.
Well, it needs to.
But it will help. I mean, maybe I'll get it all out of my system. I don't know. Maybe at one point we'll just push you back to 3 and I'll just get in a whole hour.
Probably not going to happen.
I mean, is 26 minutes enough?
I think so. We'll
Hopefully
find out, though.
The name, we have no idea. TBA. TBD, as Ryan would say.
TBD with TK?
It's not bad. We've talked, stuff about, but be warned. Be warned. It is unfiltered. No cursing, but unfiltered TK.
Can I give a suggestion?
And once you get inside this mind, there's sometimes no getting back.
Can I give a suggestion?
I'm always open for suggestions.
Rehabilitated with Trevor Kelsey. Just to quote Red. What does that even mean? Go ahead and stamp your little paper.
What's I got a good. Now I have a fact I think you will find fun.
Okay.
The picture and the picture of him of the when he goes to stamp it, that's Morgan Freeman's teenage son.
Oh, really?
So it would
that is
kind
a good
of
fact.
Look like him. Yes,
that is a very good fact.
Yay! Yeah. Third one's the charm, baby.
I enjoyed that.
Fun fact number 3. Got it finally.
Definitely enjoyed that. Did not see that coming.
So with the dancing coming up, if you didn't listen yesterday, we have some new incentives for our listeners.
We do.
Where are we on the funds?
So we need to get to, I think, 24,000.
You know what? I'll say 20.
Okay, $20,000 in donations for Trevor to shave his head. We still are a ways off.
And so come next week, you kind of look at you and say, "Hey, yo, Mike, how's my hair look?"
You look good, girl.
Thanks.
You was never one of us. You never could be.
You ain't doing the coughing noise for that show.
Yeah. So I think we are. I mean, we're doing great overall, but we're at like 14.3.
We can do this.
We were about 13,500 yesterday when we made the challenge. We now are at about 14.3. So we gotta get it going. We gotta keep it up.
And I have confirmed with Mr. Rutherford that not Glenn but Mike that if we do get to go and I do shave my head, you will at least watch one movie from the list.
Yes.
And you can pick. I'll even let you pick. You don't have to be random. I'll let you pick which one you want.
I will watch a movie from the list.
Yes,
for sure.
And the whole version, not just the Suicide King cheap version.
I will watch the whole movie. I probably will do it on vacation. So we got that. So people keep checking the fundraising board and they're like, man, you're crushing it. You don't even need donations because I'm ahead by like $4,000.
I saw that. I looked at it the other day.
But that's not the entire total for fundraising because you were allowed to sell sponsorships. People could get like ads in the official dance program, and those are like $1,000 to $5,000, and then you could donate auction items for the silent auction. You get credit for the value of those items, and then also ticket sales. You get credit for the value of the ticket times 3. So
this could be like the election in California,
right? Like
you're leading, and
I have no idea what the actual standings are. I've been told that I'm not in first.
Oh,
I've been told that I'm in second. So I need
somebody selling some sponsors.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I know that a couple guys have been like, "Oh, I've got logos for our sponsors." I think they've got multiple logos out there. So I need help because, like I said, if I'm going to win one of the 3 big trophies, it's definitely not going to be the best dancer one. It's almost certainly not going to be the best overall, which is combined fundraising and dancing. My only shot really is the fundraising because I'm not going to win. These people are all, unbeknownst to me when I signed up for this, like 8 of the 12 have pro dance experience, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, have you been training, no?
I have, but I'm also like they've been training too, and they've got professional dance backgrounds.
Yeah, but you've danced your whole life. I don't sell yourself short. I bet you got some moves.
I don't. I mean, I'm fine. I'm happy for, like, if you showed me 4 months ago what I'm looking like now, I would have been like, okay, like, I feel pretty good about this. But you see some of the dances from past years, and I know some of the dancers we have in the group this year. I'm not, like, they are better than I am.
Is Mary jealous that now she's not getting this dancing mic that she could have had at her wedding?
She's more jealous that she's not the one competing in the contest.
She loves Dancing with the Stars, doesn't she?
She does, and she grew up doing dance. Like she did dance through like the entirety of high school, and still very much likes dance, and she gets very into it. So I think they may try to bring her in for a few years from now to do this because we've done well with fundraising, but also we need a little bit of a gap. I would feel terrible I have annoyed everybody that I know for the past month trying to get money out of them.
I'm willing to shave my head, people.
You're right. If I had to do this again next summer, these people will be like, all right, bleep you. Like I'm not. We're not doing this again. But maybe a few years from now, we'll get her in the contest and see what she can do.
If it makes you feel better, if you do it next year, I still have more parts of the body I can shave for charity.
We'll see. But we're doing well. I feel like we've at least got a shot to get that fundraising trophy. But we need to finish strong. So any help you can give, letsdancelouisville.org. Find the donation page. Give me a donation, and then you get the added bonus of potentially having Trevor Kelsey shave his head.
We'll do it like video of it and everything.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Will you shave it, or do I have to have somebody like?
I don't mind to.
I mean, I don't care.
I shave my own head every week, so.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I can save on. I mean, not only can I help, feed homeless people, I can save on shampoo.
Now, Mary last night was trying to. She was like, "You need to go get a spray tan." She's like, "You need to." she was like, "You need to go do the full on Dancing with the Stars. Like, you've got to go get it." She talked me into getting I've done a spray tan once in my life.
You're going to look like Ross when he did
that was my big fear. So she talked me into doing it for our wedding. And I feel like it ended up looking good. But I was legitimately terrified because I went several days before our wedding on the off chance that I did pull a Ross and became an 8 on my front only. So I was very, very scared of it, but it ended up being okay. But this time I was like, she's got some like self-tanner spray, and so, which I don't know why. She's like the darkest person on that is actually white. She like and our kids like they just tan naturally. They've got beautiful skin. I don't. So I was like, I'll spray a little bit of that. I'm not doing the full on tanning.
Like if I look at your wedding photo, will I be able to tell you how to spray on tan?
I don't think so. I just look a little bit more tan than you.
I think that's like your Facebook profile picture or something, and I don't remember.
I think it still is. I have not changed it in like 15 years.
My Twitter handle photo on my Twitter page is a picture of me that the 23-17 girl took when we went to the Bengals Eagles game when McNabb got tied and didn't know there was a tie game. That's how old that picture is on Twitter. I've got it like 2008 or something.
Every now and then people get mad at me about the Twitter picture, which I think I've had for 10 years. I do have to update that thing. Quick update before we go to break. Trinity Baseball is in action in the state semifinals over there in Lexington. They lead Apollo 6-0 in the 5th inning. The Rock's currently the #1 team in the country.
I love that when you posted that, it's like 4 Floridas, 2 Texas, Louisiana, and then Kentucky #1.
Well, the only reason they've got the legitimacy is because they played in that national tournament at the beginning of the season and knocked off 2 of the top 5 teams in the country. So they got some studs. Grayson Willoughby mowing down Apollo Eagles right now. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll get into some Louisville sports topics of the day. Maybe hit up the text line a little bit early. It's the Mike Rutherford Show, 1450-96.1 Big X Sports Radio.
Jeffersonville.
Down in London town to go. With the record selection and the mirror's reflection, I'm a dancing with myself. When there's no one else inside, in the crowded lonely.
Welcome back in, 3 o'clock hour, Friday edition of the Mike Rutherford Show, 1450, 96.1 Big X Sports Radio. We got soccer fever over here at Big X Nation. U.S. national team taking on Paraguay tonight, 9 o'clock in Los Angeles to kick off the 2026 American World Cup run. Trev, do you have, we talk about, we're both kind of on the same page where we're not soccer purists. We don't get overly into the sport, but we have always gotten into the World Cup.
And I'll occasionally, if I woke up at the right time on a Saturday morning, I'd watch some little premiere on USA.
I still do.
Maybe, yeah.
I'll throw it on.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very, the older I get, the more I've become if there are live sports on to put on in the background, like I'm putting on live sports if I have that ability. Now, usually it's like, we've got Bluey or like Iron Man and his amazing friends. Whatever is on Disney Channel, I feel like I'm forced to watch. But if they like gravitate into the playroom, I'll throw on some Sunday morning soccer, some Saturday morning soccer. But were you like me? Like I played soccer as a kid, like everybody does.
No, I didn't, but okay.
You never played like a YMCA soccer league?
Nope.
See, I played until like 8, and I vividly remember. I always say I vividly remember, but I do vividly remember this where I think it was probably 3rd grade, so it was the fall of when I was 9 years old, and my dad was saying, it's fall, you can either play soccer or baseball, but you're getting too old to play both. Which one do you want to pick? And I was like, and my dad was like, I think you should play baseball. like very much just decided for me. And in hindsight, I think it was, my dad was not a soccer person, but I think he probably recognized that I was better at baseball.
What year would that
soccer.
have been? I mean, soccer was still pretty novice in this country.
Yeah, I mean, probably early 90s, like 92
yeah.
or so. But I was going to ask you, were you like me? Because I never watched the sport. I never watched there was no MLS back then. I never watched Premier League. I never watched whatever was on. I had like soccer action figures and stuff. But,
like
I
starting
just knew,
lineups, you mean?
Like, you had those like little, they're like miniature figures. I like collected those. Okay. But they were for the countries. And I would like they had like, anyways.
Yeah, sorry.
The first real memories that I have of watching soccer, I wonder if you were like me, the 94 World Cup in America. Did you get into it?
Yes and no. My earliest memory, and I love, if the texter can help me with this, I would love it because I can't remember. There was like a professional soccer league in Louisville in like the mid 80s.
Okay.
And I just remember my mom taking me. She had a date or something, and that's where he took her to the game. So a lot of times when she had dates at that time, single mom, I was kind of drug along. I went to multiple drive-in movies as well.
I remember those stories.
Yeah, that's some fun ones. But I remember us going to a soccer, and he bought me a pennant, and it's all I can remember is like having the pennant. And I thought it was the coolest thing. And I'm kidding you not, like if a texter can remember, maybe
it rings a little bit of a bell to me.
Yeah, I can. If you show me the logo, it's gonna like it's gonna come back to me. I guarantee it. But I can't remember the team name. Not like the Louisville, like the hockey team with the Ice Hawks.
We had the Ice Hawks.
I still have a puck and a club and a stick for, by the way.
I love the Ice Hawks.
But yes, 94 kinda. I know I've told this story about being in Chicago and not knowing it was even going on. Really, have I told that story on here before?
Is it good?
I met Brazilian members of the Brazilian soccer team and had no idea who they were, and even my grandfather right before he passed took us up to Chicago for a trip. He'd gotten ill at that time. And he was a big Cubs fan, loved and horse racing. We went to Arlington Racetrack, which is no longer with us, and went to not Cubs, but a White Sox game. And I thought the coolest thing of the trip was when I got to meet Scott Williams, backup center for the Bulls in the mall. I'm not I was like starstruck. I was like, it's Scott Williams. Like he was off the bench in the championship game, And I was in a Subway, and people were like going nuts over these like 3 or 4 guys. And like employees were getting everything signed, and I asked them. I said, that's not Scott Williams?" And they're like, "No, it's the soccer. It's Brazil. I don't know who they were, which team members they were." I went up to one and said hi. That's all I remember saying. But then I do remember at the time driving home as we went home, the finals I think were going on, and listening to it on the radio, and that's like the closest I came to like starting to get into soccer. But it wasn't until 98 or 02.
I'm being told it was the Louisville Thunder.
That might be right. I'll Google it. That sounds familiar. I mean, I love that pennant. It hung on my wall for.
By the way, if you need a refresher course, this question was: do you remember watching the 1994 World Cup? If you want to know where we started.
Okay. Yes, I remember Brazil beat Italy in BKs. My first real soccer.
But you don't remember like the Americans.
I not really know.
Okay, so I mean, first of all, there was a great picture today.
Other than Tony Meoli, who played for the Jets.
There was a great picture today of the very first game we played in the World Cup, which was at the Pontiac Silverdome. Shout out to the Lions. And it's packed. Like the dome is up, but the sun is shining through. I just remember, so we shocked Colombia, who came in with all of that hype, and this was the famous own goal game where
Escobar.
Yeah, exactly. Kicked off what the two Escobars 30 for 30 is based on, and we tied Switzerland in game 1. We beat Colombia, which was a huge shock, and then all we had to do, I think, was not get blown out by Romania, who was very good, and they beat us 1-0. And I just remember, so I come from a family that back in the day would like openly mock soccer. Yeah, I think I'm sure a lot of people listening had the same background. Where,
I did too.
Yeah, my dad and my brothers were like, it's not a real. It's a loser sport. Like whatever. And I probably had that mentality until I got old enough to be like, I like soccer. So, but the fact that they were getting into it got me fully hooked. And we make it out of the group stages, which was not supposed to happen. We were a huge underdog. American soccer was sort of rock bottom. Nobody cared, and this was crazy. And we're going against the Brazilians in the knockout round on 4th of July. And we used to always have people over to my house at 4th of July. Family would come over, friends would come over. And I just remember, like Brazil was the it team in soccer. Like you said, they would go on to win the World Cup. But if you the firmest soccer memory that I have, first real one that I have, is Tab Ramos. Do you remember this getting drilled in the back of the head?
No.
Oh, you don't remember this?
No, I don't remember that. Was that 94?
Yeah, this is
the only 94 thing I remember is the own goal guy against us. Yeah, really.
So this is we advanced. Leonardo is the star for Brazil, and he just elbows Tab Ramos in the head, and instantly becomes. People are like, he's gonna die. He gave him a skull fracture.
Oh wow.
And, I mean, just awful. And this kind of gives us a little bit of life. Leonardo actually ends up scoring the only goal, which is just he goes from villain to, I guess, semi-hero or hero to villain. And Brazil holds on for a 1-0 lead. We came close to tying the score up a handful of times. And I think it got a lot of people hooked on American soccer and got them really excited for the World Cup. There was an influx in talent. People were talking about, this is the moment where America's going to take soccer seriously. And I don't know if you remember this, but like 1998, we have more hype going into the World Cup than we've ever had before.
That was in Korea, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No, that was 2002.
Okay, so 02 is when I really got in and started getting.
I think a lot of people did.
Where was 98? Do you remember?
France.
Okay, I don't remember that one as much. Okay.
Yeah, so we go in there. Remember that was the famous Alexi Lawless Sports Illustrated cover where he's playing the guitar.
I remember Alexi Lawless.
Doing all that stuff. And I think we came in as like a top 10 team in the FIFA rankings. And so people were like, they actually have a legitimate shot to go out there and do some damage. Like, this is the moment. And we drew into it a good pool, and here we go. And we finished dead last.
Wow.
We no ties, no wins, 3 losses. I think we scored 1 goal in the entire tournament. And it was like instantly this, okay, we're back. Nobody cares about soccer anymore. Soccer sucks. Leave it for the commie country. All of those coping mechanisms happened. And then, like you said, 2002, we bounced back. We had a great run. It was great World Cup.
That was a fun one, yeah.
I just remember that because it was summer before my senior year of high school, and I was like staying up really late to watch the game.
Well, they would come on at like 5 in the morning.
It was wonderful. It was awesome.
And for someone who's a third shift guy like me, like that came at perfect timing too, because I think it was, and maybe I'm not alone in this, but like when I first got my first like soccer game on the N64, that's kind of when I really started getting more into soccer and like really enjoying watching soccer, was because I'd played the video game. And
I think video games helped a lot of people, seriously, get into it.
It didn't help my roommate Paco, who broke the controller because I beat him so bad with England.
Okay.
But Ferdinand, baby, yeah, he's the man. Von Roy. But that's yeah, and then the 02, since 02, I have, yes. I mean, with the exception of the last World Cup, I get it. I do get the fever.
I feel like there was a trend where every other World Cup, the Americans would do well and get everybody excited, and then we would, the next World Cup, just immediately let down everybody else. Because you mentioned, you know, 94, great surprising effort. A lot of people get hooked. 98, disaster, like absolute disaster. 02, we don't just make the knockout stages. We beat Mexico, our arch rivals, and played Germany very close in the quarterfinals. And we're like, here we go again. And then I remember 06, it was the summer after my junior year of college. I worked in Iowa, writing for a newspaper.
Love those Iowa stories.
Yeah, so like nobody in Iowa cared at all.
Wow.
And I went to, there was like one sports bar in this small city, Carroll, Iowa. And I took an early lunch to watch the first game we played. I think it was against the Czech Republic. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm like legitimately excited. I'm wearing like American gear. There's, like I said, there's nobody else at this place. I'm having a beer by myself at like 11 a.m. And I mean, we just get destroyed. Like they score, I want to say like 3 minutes into the game, and then they beat us 3-0. And we've got no shot after that. I think we tied Italy the next game, but it didn't even matter because our goal differential was so bad. And then we lost to Ghana. So we finished dead last.
Ghana lost.
It was terrible. We finished dead last in our pool. We're back to having no momentum whatsoever. Like, oh, we're never going to be good again. And then 2010 World Cup.
That's Landon Donovan, right?
This was the no. That was yes.
Yeah.
He scores the last second equalizer to push us through.
We put that soundbite on Sweeney and Easy Show like every day for a month.
Oh, it was incredible. I mean, I was. This was the brief Mike law school tenure, so I was working at the law firm, and I remember the other law clerk was this. He was super into soccer, but he was also very, very serious about the law, and clearly more serious about his job than I was, because he's like locked into editing a brief or whatever he's doing, and the Donovan goal happens, and I'm like, oh my god, and he's like, what, and I'm like, we tied, and he's like, how much time is left? I'm like telling him what's going on because I'm doing no work whatsoever and just watching the Algeria game. Which was incredible.
That reminded me who I couldn't remember the opponent. I just remember I can still see the goal and hear the call, but I can't remember the opponent for saving my life.
It was a great moment. We ended up playing Ghana again in the knockouts. Unfortunately, got beat. I remember going up to Molly Malone's for that one.
I'm thinking about that.
Yeah, that was a great game. I know we tied it. I think we lost 2-1, but it's been 2014. Decent run, 28.
Now 14 was the one
we made the knockouts. We lost to Belgium.
Yeah, I think I did a remote with TJ on the X because the day we lost, I think it was the game we won is the same day Louisville lost to Texas in the College World Series.
That sounds right, actually.
Like it was on the same day because I remember being so mad and we did TJ wore these like Daisy Duke jorts.
No, you're exactly right. I took my nephew to Russ Smith and Peyton Siva's basketball camp, and I was having to watch both on my phone simultaneously.
But I feel like we won Louisville lost to Texas, but I think did we win that game? I think that was when we scored late again.
It was the first game we played, and I did think we won. I do think we won.
I think we scored a late goal too to take the win.
Because I remember listening to it on the radio after I met up with my brother to drop him off at. We beat Ghana 2-1.
Okay,
I dropped my nephew off at McDonald's with my brother, and then I get back in the car, and the goal had just happened. I'm like,
we're not a rival with Ghana at this point. I mean,
we played Ghana a lot.
How many times have we mentioned Ghana more times in the last 5 minutes?
I know.
Than we'll ever mention them?
We run into them every single. I think we ran into them again in 2022 as well. But then, so the crazy thing was, we played. If you remember, we played Portugal the next game, and
vaguely
we kind of dominated. And then I think it's Ronaldo scores a goal in extra time to tie it up, and it's 2-2. We end up tying. So at the time, I'm living with my buddies Brandon and Kevin. And shout out to Lytle and Kev Blank. Kevin is a diehard soccer guy, and he went to Brazil for the World Cup.
Wow, that's diehard.
And so, all these games, there's one main camera for all the national feeds. The announcers are different, but the videography is the same for everybody. So the Portugal goal happens. The camera immediately cuts to my roommate, Kevin, who's he's got American flags on his face, and he's shirtless, and he's got his hands over his head doing the surrender cobra, looking like, oh my God, he is the face of American despair.
That's hilarious.
So I'm sitting in my bedroom, which is right next to his bedroom, And I go from like, oh man, to like, oh my God, it's Kev. and I text him, and like 3 hours later, he's like, I've got 700 texts or whatever from people like across the country that just saw me on national TV. So it sucked, but it was also very cool.
Bittersweet.
And then we advanced out of I think we played Germany close enough to advance out of the group stages. Played Belgium, unfortunately, got beat there.
I vaguely remember the Belgium game.
I went to Saints for that. We just moved into our new house, and then 2018 didn't qualify, disaster there. 2022, like we said,
it is every other year, is it not? You're right. But we're gonna, but we can't be bad this year.
2022 was sort of the forgotten World Cup.
Yes, it doesn't exist,
and
right?
we were just like okay. We got if I remember correctly,
which I don't, because I don't even remember 2022 at all.
Like, we got a very good draw. We were in England's pot, but we also had like Wales and Iran. Just solid. So we were supposed to advance. We did, and then we just got destroyed in the round of 16 by the Netherlands. So I feel like that was, with the expanded tournament now, it would be a disaster if we didn't at least advance. I mean, we're the favorites to win our group. So we should at least be top 2, and then even if you're top 3, you have a chance to advance this time.
Now it's coming back to me a little bit because I do remember friends sending me texts, the Austin Powers meme or whatever. He's like, I hate the Dutch.
Oh yeah, those were everywhere.
Yeah, from like the gold member or whatever.
Yeah.
Was it 2 things I hate? Like something in the Dutch.
Yes.
Yeah, and I just remember that being when we lost the Netherlands. I kept that. I think I got that about 50 times.
There were a lot of. Yeah. I remember because this is internet culture is taken over. There was a lot of memes and a lot of stuff like that. So yeah, we'll see what the latest story is. Would you like some fun facts about the country of Paraguay?
You know I would. Come on, who are you talking to here now?
The king of fun facts, right?
Yes.
Did you know, Trevor?
Probably not, but let's do it anyway.
Well, I didn't know either. Paraguay is the only country in the world with a 2-sided national flag.
Really?
Yes.
Fun with flags with Sheldon Cooper and Mike Rutherford.
Damn right.
I like that, actually.
They have different emblems on each side of their national flag. The front features a coat of arms. The back displays the treasury seal.
I like that. That is a fun fact. You need a mute there for a second?
I'm good.
Okay. I'm going to do a little top, so I'll mute you. Give me another one.
Paraguay was colonized by Spain, but 90% of the population speaks the indigenous language, which is Guarani.
And where's Guarani?
It's just that's the link.
Oh, that's just what it's called? So they don't speak Spanish.
They speak Spanish as well, but Guarani is the primary language.
I wonder how different it is from Spanish.
It makes it one of the highest rates of indigenous language fluency in Latin America. Even their currency is called the Guarani.
Okay. All right. I like that. I like the flag one better, but okay.
Yeah, it's not as good. I mean, I led with the star fact.
Yeah, you came guns a blaring.
This is a good one too, though.
Okay.
So Paraguay is landlocked.
All right.
But they are the largest landlocked country in the world that still has a national navy.
Really?
They use their vast river systems to navigate all the way to the Atlantic Ocean. So they, despite not being directly attached to any sort of ocean, they have a national navy.
Now, how far are they?
You're asking questions that I'm not remotely going to have an answer for.
I'm just looking at the map of South America right now. Yeah, they're like in the middle.
Yeah,
I mean
they got a navy though.
They have full countries, and one side too, Argentina and Chile between them. It's insane. Why would you have a navy?
So, it is so hot in Paraguay.
How hot is it?
Windows and doors are traditionally left wide open across the country, which means the custom when you visit someone's house is not to knock on the door. You go to the front door, which is always almost open, and you clap your hands. You don't knock.
Well, I'm going to make an assumption and say Central Air hasn't met Paraguay yet.
Seems to be a safe assumption.
How good. They have a Navy, but not Central Air?
They have a Navy.
But no Central Air.
At least not ubiquitous Central Air. It's not all over the place.
Okay.
In Paraguay, pistol dueling, is still legal.
Nice.
But only under strict conditions.
What? Somebody has to win?
You're going to love this. The strict condition is both participants must be registered blood donors.
Paraguay is really intriguing me, by the way.
The more I go on, the more I want to know more about Paraguay.
Like some of the things they have makes me really like, how can you have that but not that? You've got this but not that? I mean,
don't worry about it.
I do like the fact that, like, I'm glad we don't do our show in Paraguay because at some moment, there's no doubt in my mind you would be walking in here during a commercial break at one point and going, outside right now, duel.
God, we would. There's no way you're a registered blood donor, though, is there?
I mean, I'm an organ donor. So if I have no problem giving blood. If somebody, I'm all for helping somebody else out.
Here's a good fact that I think you'll like.
Are you a blood donor?
I am.
Okay.
Now, I did not know this either. I feel like this is one of the things that I should have known.
You didn't know any of this, first of all.
I knew that it had a two-sided flag.
Oh, okay. Well, cool.
I didn't know it was the only country that had a two-sided flag. In 1811, Paraguay, first country in South America to proclaim its independence.
From Spain?
From Spain. Sovereignty was declared in the Casa de la Independencia in Asunción.
And that's why, like, 90% doesn't even speak Spanish then, probably.
Yeah. It gained independence from Spain. However, 3 dictators governed it during the first 60 years of independence.
What's Paraguay most famous for other than the flag?
Waging war against Brazil and Argentina.
Is it really?
Probably not.
Did they really? Did their navy attack?
Well, they did. The War of the Triple Alliance, which killed like 75% of their male population.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was between Brazil and Argentina?
I think Uruguay. They waged war against everybody, which is why the Spanish were like, hey, got what you asked for. Congrats on your independence. Now you got dictators killing half the population.
I don't think they've won their independence. I think they were given it. I think Spain was like, you know what? We don't even want you anymore.
Kind of felt like it.
I'm trying to get that feeling.
Kind of feels like
now I really don't want to lose to them as well tonight.
A lot of dictators.
Like, I didn't want to lose.
They
to
had
them to
dictators
begin with.
recently.
I mean, let's take them out.
There are we already know that Paraguay is landlocked and they have their own navy. Do you know how many landlocked countries there are in South America?
I can cheat because I'm actually looking at the map right now. But it's 1, 2, 3, 3?
2.
Oh, Bolivia.
Bolivia is the only other landlocked country.
Oh, never mind. I was reading it's Asuncion or whatever. That's the capital.
Asuncion.
Yeah, that's the capital of Paraguay. I read it as a country when I looked at that.
Asuncion.
I also wanted to Google see who's the most famous person from Paraguay.
Last one. Paraguay receives 99.9% of its electricity from hydroelectric plants, with 75% of that coming from the Itaipu Dam.
Oh, yeah.
It is one of the largest exporters of electricity.
But that doesn't involve central air.
Don't worry about that.
I mean, I'm surprised they have electricity. I'm surprised they're just walking around with candles.
Crazy Paraguay facts. Right there.
That's crazy, Paraguayans.
Are they
Paraguayans? Is that what they are?
Paraguayans?
Paraguayans?
Paraguayans. By the way, Troy and West Virginia currently deadlocked at 4 in the third inning. West Virginia took a 3-1 lead. Troy battled back to take a lead, and West Virginia has now tied the game. What's the best that Paraguay's ever done in the World Cup now? I kind of want to find out.
I was also looking at more famous people, but I don't know any of these people. So
really?
That one, yeah. Like the most sports icons came up. Maybe, arts and leisure. I don't know.
Paraguay went to the quarterfinals in 2010 of the World Cup. That's the farthest they've ever been.
That's farther than us, right? No, well, if you don't count 1930, I guess.
Right. Well, we went to the quarterfinals, like we just said.
That's winning one knockout round game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was. Now the knockout round is expanded for the first time.
Are you happy with this or
no? I thought it was a fine event the way that it was.
I'm not angry with it. I kind of like it.
It is more soccer.
It is, and it does. I mean, and again, if it could lead to some fun upsets. I think the cream will rise to the top in the end when it's all said and done anyway. But I do kind of like it. I think I'm not as fan of the NCAA doing it because I'm accustomed to it. But as I said, I think to somebody one day or even on another show, I was like, I wonder how many people in 1985 when they expanded to 64 teams were like, all the old heads were like, this is horrible. They're ruining the sport now.
There's probably some pushback.
And it's just, over time, I think the NCAA thing will be okay with eventually.
Now, do you think that we're okay with it because we're one of the have-nots in world soccer, and we're like, hell yeah, 24 teams. That just means we're gonna better chance to qualify, better chance to move on.
And not just us, but probably a lot of other countries.
Is that how like Oklahoma State basketball feels about the expanded tournament?
Kansas State basketball.
Are we the Oklahoma State basketball of world soccer? I think we're a little bit better than that.
I would like to say that, but Oklahoma State does have 2 national titles on their record. When they were Oklahoma A&M, remember? They went back to back.
So, okay, FIFA World Rankings right now, where are we? Which people are always like, oh, they're not accurate. We're not as good as they think we are. But we are, as of right now, we're number 17. So who was 17 on Ken Palm last year?
Why, I love you going to Ken Palm.
Virginia basketball. We can't.
They have a national
they won a
title.
national title.
Yeah, we got somebody. I feel like we're Purdue, maybe.
No, Purdue's been too good.
That's true.
Like, they were favorites to win.
We got to have somebody that's been solid, though, but maybe
Alabama?
They've never even been to a Final Four, right?
Yeah, they have. They won a few years ago.
Oh, that's right. They did just recently. You're right. Like, we can't. I feel like our Final Four has to be somebody old. Like, I said Kansas State jokingly. Maybe Kansas State. I think, didn't they go to a Final Four in like the 50s or something?
They went to the Elite Eight 3 years ago.
They went to 2 Elite Eights in the 80s under Rolando Blackman and Mitch.
Well, they've been to 2 Elite Eights in the last decade, too.
Okay.
So.
Well, we've been. What's the Elite Eights would be? I guess the semifinals. Maybe.
Probably.
That's no, Elite Eight's quarterfinals.
It's tough to do the sport-to-sport comparison.
It is.
I don't think Kansas State's a bad one.
No, I like somebody like.
They got one national runner-up from like 1951, which is sort of like our 30s run in the World Cup.
When there was like only 16 teams. Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
It's not bad.
And they hate Texas Tech, which, by the way, I refused to watch that video last night.
Okay, we got to go to break. 14, Phil, it's the Mike Rutherford Show, 1450-96.1, Big X Sports Radio. We're back after this. Hit us up on the Gameday Mens Health text line, 502-414-1450. Back after this.
and put a pretty dress on. We're gonna go out tonight. Dance, dance, dance. Dance, dance, dance.
The second hour of the Friday edition of the Mike Rutherford Show, 1450 96.1 Big X Sports Radio. Little update from Toronto. The Canadians have surrendered an early goal against Bosnia-Herzegovina. 1-0. Canadians favored to win this match. They now trail. Not a great start.
For Canada.
One last thing on the American soccer thing. I've seen a few other people say this, but one of the things that I've noticed following, like I've kept up with it a lot more in the last, I'd say, 12 years than I ever did before then. So I follow the qualifiers. I follow us when we play in the Gold Cup. I follow us when we play in other international competitions.
I try to.
The American soccer online fan base. If you think that whatever teams you root for have negative fans, I've never seen, these people are never happy, Trevor.
Well, to be fair, we went over in the first segment. I mean, do they have reason to be happy sometimes?
But I mean, we'll beat, Ecuador in a friendly 2-0. And they'll be like, I hate every player on this team. This guy sucks. Bearhalter sucks. Pochettino sucks. Everybody. I've never once seen them happy. All they do is just crap on our players. Like, one of the bigger accounts yesterday was upset about Christian Pulisic had a quote about, you're seeing all these international superstars give quotes about how great it is to play for their country and, this is the biggest thrill of their lives. And he had a quote about, like, basically saying, it's not that much of a change for me. It's just another big tournament. And, like, all of these American soccer fans are like, what an absolute clown. I'm like, we haven't even played a game. He's our best player. Maybe we just, let some stuff go for a little bit. Like, these people are never happy.
Now, again, I'm with you when it comes to, the noviceness of being, a soccer fan or following soccer. But when I think of, watching Ted Lasso, everything in life, I just coincide with movies and television, right?
Yes.
I mean, it feels like, aren't soccer fans naturally just negative in general?
Not all the time.
I mean,
I feel
maybe not to this level.
I feel like this is the product of American sports fans who in other walks of life are used to having success and seeing top-tier players and top-tier, efforts, and then just can't comprehend the fact that we are always very average at soccer.
At best.
And so cannot accept when we have good results, but not great results. And so everybody sucks, everything's terrible, nothing's ever good. Just enjoy the soccer, man. Just sit back and enjoy.
Speaking of things that suck, at the break I got really excited and really disappointed all within seconds. I looked on
Sounds like your love life back in the day.
Giggity. So it's just on the Twitter station Twitter account, I saw notifications. So I always click on it just to get it off there because I hate that little blue marker. I don't know why. And I got so excited because I see Lamar Jackson liked 4 of your posts. And I was like, ooh, Lamar Jackson. I clicked on it. Spoiler, not the real Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, this happens every now and then.
No following, no followers. Not Lamar Jackson. So,
yeah.
Very quickly excited, very even fasterly disappointed.
I think I got followed by Cyndi Lauper the other day. Was not Cyndi Lauper.
So wait a minute. So you're telling me that my brag of the John Daly follows me isn't really John Daly?
Might not be.
I mean, he's got a blue check mark.
Probably is then.
Okay. I doubt he runs. I mean, I feel like it's probably the Iron Sheik account, before he passed.
Oh, John Daly follows me.
Does he?
Yeah. I just now saw it.
I can't have one nice thing, can I, Mike? You can't let me enjoy this
for
2 minutes, right?
Sorry. I mean, I just checked.
Really?
I was just seeing if it was the real John Daly. He follows me. There you go.
Because I was asking Peak on KRC, I was like, who's the guy that follows you that you can puff your chest to? You're gonna brag with your friends, I've got so and so follow me. And that mine was John Daly, and here you are oh yeah, I got Daly. I'm ready for Trey to come in here and be like, yeah, he follows me too.
Probably does. Probably does.
Do you have an answer to that question, by the way?
Who follows me?
Yeah, that you would be that you won't brag because you're modest and we've been in this business for too long to do it. But early day Rutherford, this guy was going to follow you. When I told you, I joked about how Goodman had my name in his phone and I bragged about it early on. Who would be yours in this one?
Man, I don't know.
Because I'm assuming it's an athlete of some kind that you maybe just enjoyed.
Yeah, I know I've got some athletes that follow me. I mean, Lamar follows me.
Are you sure it's the real one?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, all these guys followed me before they got
Yeah.
Like, Donovan Mitchell, like those types.
I've got a
Jack
few,
Harlow.
I've got a few U of L's. I don't have Harlow, but I do have a few U of L players that follow me.
Who would you say is the most famous person in your phone book?
Oh, my phone?
Yeah.
Now there I can,
because that's the better.
There I can run with you maybe. And to be fair, I did because at one time I rated Scott Padgeon's Black Book. I have Yao Ming's cell phone number.
That's pretty good.
Marshall Faulk's another one I would kind of brag about. Mike Ditka, who I was lucky to have on a show that I did twice, even though Tom Jackson never returned my calls, but Ditka did. My favorite was Jeff Van Gundy, who I called and left a message for to do an interview and thought never would hear from him again. And like an hour later, my phone rings and I see his name pop up. And I got so excited.
That's a cool moment.
And I was like, and this is like my first years in radio, like 2008. So I'm still really like wet behind the ears and getting fan struck a little bit with stuff. And and he answers the phone and he's like, somebody call me? I'm like, hi, Jeff. This is, can I picture his face being like, what the hell did I call this
That's
guy?
hilarious.
Yeah.
Did he come on the show?
He did not.
Oh, okay.
He never came on.
There you go.
So, who about you? So make me feel bad. You got Yao Ming's cell phone in there too.
No, I've never done the production, like raid people's numbers. So I've got people that I've contacted with. I've got Lamar's number. I've got Harlow's number.
A lot of those I did.
I've got Patino's number, the new one.
Okay. Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't even think I have the
Who do you
old
think's
one.
more famous? I mean, just offhand question. Who do you think is more famous right now, Jack Harlow or Rick Pitino?
Oh, I mean, depends. I mean, if you go like do a Family Feud survey in the mall,
like the average world. I mean, because I think Harlow's got more international appeal.
I think age has a lot to do with the who you're asking. If you're talking about people over the age of maybe 35, I'm probably going to say Patino, maybe. Like 18 to 35,
it's probably Harlow.
Harlow, yeah. I mean, but over 35 to like
2 years ago, I feel like it was definitely Harlow.
I think it's still Harlow 18 to 35.
I think
that
you're
demographic.
probably right,
But the 35 to like 50 is the other demographic thing to do. That
what if I threw in Donovan versus Harlow?
Ooh, that might be a tougher one in 18 to 35.
Or Lamar, I guess.
I think Lamar would be probably over Donovan.
I think so too.
Because of the MVP and the NFL success. Against Harlow, I mean, Harlow's still popular, right? You know, I don't have my.
He is not. It's not. I mean, I think
he's cooled down a little bit.
The last album where he changed things up a little bit, he's kind of fallen off. He's not fallen off, but he's kind of pushed. He's less concerned about being mainstream. It's more about like experimenting and like doing different things, and he's less. Doesn't care as much about being on like pop radio.
Honestly, I have more props and respect for him for that than I do doing the mainstream thing.
Yeah.
I mean, now he's making me forgive him for the White Man Can't Jump movie.
Wasn't that bad?
You have to say that.
I don't have to say anything.
You're contractually obligated.
I'm not saying it was great. I'm saying it wasn't that bad.
And I didn't get all my numbers from just rating Scott Padgeon's Black Book. A lot of good ones, I'm not going to lie. But I also had those like SID books and the media books and stuff that connects you with numbers of famous athletes and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen those books.
Sure.
But you never
not recently, I'll say that.
No. I don't even know if they make them anymore. But you never did the production side. You always went straight to the mic, right?
No, I've never produced radio.
Okay.
I've always just done hosting. Let's go to the Gameday Men's Health text line, 502-414-1450. Reminder, Gameday Men's Health, redefining men's wellness. No shortcuts, just results. Testosterone, peptides, weight loss, sexual performance therapy, and more. Visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com today to find out what they can do for you. Texter says, let me refresh, actually, because that's not a new text. Texter says, Trevor, don't listen to that idiot at LA Lakers 17 in the YouTube chat. Your music selection is awesome.
Well, thank you. I don't remember which one insulted me on the YouTube chat, but what, today's music or just in general?
I guess just in general.
Yeah, don't mock my. Listen, I spend a good 10 minutes every night trying to.
Is TextRoof not working?
What for you or I'm getting a loading. I just did a refresh on it.
I just loaded it and now there's only like one text. Like everything else just disappeared.
I don't click on the text for what it's worth.
But they're all gone.
Oh, I'm just getting.
I just reloaded again. There's no text sent in after 1:30 now.
That's impossible. We received multiple texts on KRC after that.
I know.
I'm not.
Well, there was just like 28, 29. I reloaded it and they're all gone.
Yeah, that's crazy. It just did it to me too.
Did it do it to you?
Yeah, 'cause it was loading forever, and now it just did that.
Text group.
That was like 40 texts too. We had.
I know. It's always Friday. It's always Friday when text group starts acting up.
See, I don't remember us having this issue with when I had the text line before I left.
No, this has never happened before. We've had some issues with text group before.
This aggravates me because there was a lot of probably some good text.
Yeah, we've never had text just completely disappear.
I wonder if they'll reappear again in a minute.
I just logged out. I'm logging back in to see if this will work. We'll check on the YouTube chat here momentarily. But, yeah, this is...
I do try to do a different variety of music every day. We get 6 songs a day on this show, and I try to mix it up. And when I don't do a theme like, there is a theme today. I don't think it's very hard. I think you can probably figure it out very quickly.
No, they're all gone. Every text
they're
that we
all
have,
gone?
they're all gone.
Okay, I just received a new text.
The new text just came in and said, cool, there's no text. Am I at the top of the list now? Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations. If you've sent in a text in the last hour, your text somehow just disappears.
Does that texter get a...
Well, no. They're not a first-time texter.
Well, they're the first texter of all time now.
Well, no. I mean, the other texts from like 1 o'clock are still showing up.
I thought you said they disappeared. My bad.
All right. Well, let's go to the ones that were sent in during our show are just gone. They're just they're gone.
If you send a text to this show after 3 o'clock, go into the thread, copy, and resend it. Now they're starting to pop up.
They're starting to pop. People are texting more in.
I think.
How the hell does that happen?
That is don't ask me. I don't even know anything about what text.
It's never happened before you came back.
When we were using the Gmail chat, this never happened. The Gmail Google text.
No, I actually like that text, but
the Google text we used.
Texter earlier. I'm just now seeing this. It said, Coach Ty, if you confronted Trevor about him misquoting you, saying that Moreno will be the next Giannis, he was blasting you on the Rutherford show.
Both are true, and yes, we did discuss that. Remember, a texter got mad at him saying he was calling Moreno the next Giannis or something, and I had to.
I just remember you bringing it up on the show.
I thought a texter brought it up.
No, I didn't. I had no idea.
You didn't, baby, but a texter could have still. And yeah, I said he wasn't saying he's the next Giannis. He was comparing a skill set that Moreno could have to Giannis's, and that's what it was.
Checking on the YouTube chat over there, YouTube Nation.
It was still there.
Just a million people saying, Trevor, turn the volume up, please. And then it's A2 Lane says, it's too bad that you couldn't get Jim Cornette to host next week. Him and TK would bond over 3 hours of wrestling and liberalism. Even better, he would verbally destroy Chris the Plumber.
There's no way Jim Cornette could do regular radio without the FCC shutting us down. The man has no idea how to use a verb that isn't beginning with the letter F.
Some people calling for Trevor's job.
Why? What did I do?
Because you didn't have the volume on the YouTube.
It's on.
Trev, you got one job. Come on, man.
It's been on. I did the one time. Oh, the beginning. Yeah.
Said, hey, Trevor, did you invest in SpaceX's new IPO? It was available today at $135 a share.
No, I'm not a stock market guy.
There's Mike. If the Louisville Kings win tomorrow, should A West Broadway? I don't think that's what you meant to say. B, I think you mean to say, like, where should you go to celebrate?
Oh, okay.
West Broadway or U of L's campus or down Lynn Family Stadium. Do we think there'll be celebrations in the streets if Louisville wins the UFL or whatever it is? It's UFL, right?
Either. I called it the USFL 3 times over the last, 3 days, I think. I forget what it is. Because it's a USFL XFL mix, right?
It's UFL, yeah.
UFL, okay.
United Football League. Do we think there'll be celebrations in the street if the Kings bring it home?
Yes. I think we'll have some celebrations. I don't see any couches burning, but...
There will not be celebrations in the street.
Oh, come on. You don't think people will be burning some lawn chairs out there or something?
No, absolutely not. A2 Lane says,
don't underestimate our love of the Kings.
A2 Lane says Randy Johnson and Pedro Martinez were better pitchers. Disagree.
In the 90s? No. Who was the first name he said?
Pedro and Randy Johnson.
No.
Both great pitchers.
Both great, but no. Pedro especially did more of his stuff after 2000, I thought. I remember right, but I could be wrong.
Sean says, Mike, when Trevor shaves his head, he must quote something American History X. Just don't quote the dad from Boy Meets World.
Just don't forget the brothers, y'all. The brothers.
I mean, do you remember, that's the first time I saw that movie, I only knew it's the same dad from Boy Meets World, who's a very wholesome, loving, great dad. And the first scene that he's in, they're talking about they're teaching diversity in school.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's N-word BS, man. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I was so jarred that I couldn't pay attention to the rest of the
He doesn't
scene.
call it affirmative action. He calls it.
It was. I was like, oh my God. I know that you're acting, but I'm not comfortable with this.
As someone who, knowing how much you grew up and embracing Boy Meets World, I could see where it could be damaging. For the record, though, great movie. I mean, I do think it's a great movie.
It's a good movie. Tom says, Mike, someone from the text line ran over my dog and kept driving. These people are sick individuals.
That person, there's a special place in hell for that human being.
Well, it's not a real thing that happened.
Oh, good.
It's the text line YouTube war continuing. Babu says, saw the new basketball workout pics. I've only got 3 words. Wooly is jacked. He does seem to have put on some muscle.
When are we going to start going to do the Wooly Bully for him?
Wooly bully.
Every time he would hit a shot, I would just do it myself at home. Wooly Bully.
Lord Maester T says, I'll never forget the U.S. versus Portugal game in 2014. We were up 2-1 in extra times, and Ronaldo kicked the most perfectly placed lob assist I've ever seen that led to the wide-open game-tying goal. Again, that's the game where they immediately cut to my roommate. Darnock says, over-under on the number of advertisers that leave the Big X after the first week of Trevor's solo show. I'll say 4.5.
Hey, you know, we won't add any. I might bring Electric Leyland back into business to be a sponsor.
LA Lakers 17 says, I love Trev, but his music sucks compared to Romy Bean. Also, Spurs had the lead with 2 minutes left in every game of the series so far, and they trail 3-1.
That's Roman and I do have different tastes. He's more modern, so if that is what you prefer, then yeah, I can see where you'd like his music. I don't mind it. I just don't know it.
Matthew says, Harlow has a song with 1 billion listens on Spotify. This isn't a debate. If it's him and Patino, yeah, I think he's more famous than Patino.
Again, we're talking. I say age too. If you're over like 40, you probably know Patino more than you know Jack.
Yeah, but not everybody over 40 watches sports.
That's true. But most of them probably watched it when Patino in his prime at their younger age.
They might not have watched college sports. There's a whole world out there that doesn't pay attention to college sports.
Or they have to not watch NBA too. Then.
Yeah. Quentin says, ask Trevor, did he know more people in Europe die by lack of air conditioning than people in the United States die by gun violence every year? Is that real?
I don't know if no, the Texans don't lie to us, right?
I feel like every time we look up something, it's true.
Turns out to be true. Yeah, that's insane.
That is. The statement is factually supported. The number of heat-related deaths in Europe not just exceeds the gun violence deaths in America, but significantly exceeds it.
That's crazy. How can we not get AC over there? Is it that hard to put in a unit in the wall or something?
I will say, when we went to Italy, they have this thing, and it's not, they've got AC, but like they only let you run it a certain amount of time. Like it will automatically cut off if you have run the AC too much or you've set it too low. So everywhere we stayed was just so. We also went in July. It was like the hottest July in the history of Italy. It was so hot everywhere you went. I can't imagine not even having that little bit of AC that we did.
I've got an AC unit in my room at my house, and I haven't turned it off since I installed it. Okay, I can't imagine. That's that.
So gun violence.
I don't think I want to go to Europe anymore.
Gun violent deaths in the U.S. is probably, they say, around 45 to 48,000 per year. That's still way too many.
That's a lot. That's a lot. So more people. More
heat-related deaths range from, now this is a wide range, 50,000 in Europe to 175,000.
The fact it's over 50 is insane.
It's insane.
That's crazy. Yeah. And that's still a lot to me, gun. I agree.
It's a wild stat. Ryan says, text grew flopping. Just another day in the W column for YouTube Nation. This is a good day for YouTube Nation. The text groove just deleting 40 texts is not great.
I think we've got some of them back, though.
Okay. Producer Key says, we get it, Mike. You're too cool to care about the Kings. I care about the Kings. I'm not celebrating in the street if they win a championship.
You're a no Kings supporter, aren't you?
I love the Kings.
You're in the no Kings.
I love these Kings. Clutch Jay says, what 3 Louisville programs are most likely to win a title over the next 5 years? I also just texted this. All right, if we're ranking the 3 programs that are the most likely to win a national championship over the next 5 years, how do you rank them?
Football, basketball, random sport, maybe. Like soccer.
Those are terrible rankings. You think football's more likely to win a title than men's basketball?
I kind of do, yeah.
I would put men's basketball at 1. I would put.
If you say football 2, you've lost all.
I'm not putting football at 2.
Okay, good. You're
you just put football at 1.
I know, but like I said, you're going to mock me, and then you're just going to switch my 1 and 2. That's not.
No, I'm putting men's basketball at 1.
Okay.
I would put probably. I still would keep volleyball at 2. Okay. I want to see how Dan Meskey does in year 2. They've still got a lot of talent coming back, but they've been very close recently. I'd probably put women's basketball at 3 because I think they've got a shot the next 2 years with the core that they've established and how well Jeff. I think they're going to be a top 10 team this year, and then I think the year after this, they'll have a real shot to be the best of the best.
When I said random at 3, it's like volleyball was falling under that criteria, but I'm going to specifically say volleyball. And you just have no love for Jeff.
Brom?
Yes.
I've got a lot of love for Jeff.
Clearly not.
I mean, we have not come close to making to being a top 10 team, let alone a national champion.
Guess what? It didn't take Indiana long either.
I mean, they were in the playoff the year before they won it all.
And the year before they were in the playoff, they won like 2 games.
How? I mean, are we just always going to point to Indiana for everything and just say, well?
Yes. That's the blessing and the curse that is them winning it.
Well, if we can somehow establish the largest alumni base in the entire country, then I think we'll have a great chance of equalizing their NIL.
All right. Well, now you're starting to hate less on Jeff.
I mean, their living alumni is what, like 8 times as much as ours?
I need to get rid of you for a week and get Rashawn in here to talk some Brom. He ain't going to hate on Brom.
I love Jeff.
I don't know.
I don't think he's very likely to win a national championship in the next 5 years. I don't.
Can't wait to give you a bleep burger to eat on.
A2 Lance says, has Trevor worn a Speedo before?
No.
Pruski says, Trevor, we don't invest in the football program anywhere near the level required to win a natty. He's not wrong.
Indiana
invested way more money than we have.
After they went to the playoff, right?
No, before they went to the playoff. How do you think they got those players?
Most of them came with the coach.
We went for the same quarterbacks that they've gone after the last 3 years, and they have been able to like double and triple our offers.
Right.
I mean, this isn't a debate. Like, they've got infinitely more money for football than we do.
Okay, I'm not dismissing. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, now the texts are just coming up blank when you click on them on the text group.
I think you just screwed something.
Do you see that?
No, I'm not clicking on it.
Like, you can see the front, and you click on it, and it just all messages loaded with nothing underneath.
I don't like clicking on them because I don't want to make messages.
I know, but I mean, I'm clicking on them so you can see what I'm seeing. Nothing comes up.
I just clicked on like the Riddler's last text, and it just says all messages loaded. Nothing.
Exactly, with nothing underneath.
Yeah, which is actually one of his best texts.
I hate Text Groove. I've danced around it for a while. I don't know why we made the move to Text Groove. We've had nothing but issues. It's been good for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
But my God, the number of issues we've had with this stupid app.
This is the first one. This is the first time it's occurred in my 2 weeks so far.
It's terrible. It's an awful app. It's not good. We need to find something else.
Well, on a more positive note,
okay.
I did Google a picture search. It is the Louisville Thunder indoor soccer team that I was talking about.
Texters always know. Or
I'm seeing
in this case, it was a tweeter.
I'm looking at the logo right now, and it's giving me smiles of nostalgia, remembering that minute. So
all right, since we're talking about Jeff Brom, and I'll give you a good Jeff Brom little tidbit here.
I like it.
So, the sporting news, they've done what a lot of people have done. And I think everybody does this. It's one of the off-season checkpoints when you're doing college football preview coverage. They rank the top 25 coaches in college football as of right now.
Okay.
No shock, they and everybody else, they've got Kurt Cignetti at number 1.
Yeah, those are stretch, right?
Where do you think they've got Jeff Brom?
19?
Higher.
9?
Lower.
12?
Lower.
14?
14 is correct.
Yes.
Last year they had him at 15.
Hey, my ACT score.
Last year they had him at 15. They've bumped him up a spot since then. They say Brom has won at least 8 games in each of his last 5 seasons between Purdue and Louisville. He moved up 1 spot from last season. Brom is excellent at quarterback development, and Ohio State transfer Lincoln Keenals could have a breakout season as a result. The Cardinals are 4-4 against top 25 teams over the last 3 years. Will Brom lead a long-awaited breakthrough in the ACC this season? Question mark.
I mean, I don't think you put a coach that you don't think can win a national title in the next 5 years in your top 15.
You don't think so?
I hope not. At least.
Number 1, Cignetti. Number 2, do you want to guess?
Probably not, because I'd rather react to
Kirby Smart, Georgia.
Okay, yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah.
3, Ryan Day, Ohio State.
He's just the most evil-looking human being I've ever seen.
He does.
I just want.
He's killed before. 4, Marcus Freeman, Notre Dame. I think that's too high.
Yeah, I agree.
5, Dan Lanning, Oregon. I also think it's too high.
Yeah. It's okay.
Rest of the top 10 real quick. Kalen DeBoer, Alabama.
I love
Steve
him.
Sarkisian, Texas.
Hate him.
Lane Kiffin, LSU.
Can't stand him.
Mario Cristobal, 9.
Overrated.
Dabo Sweeney, 10.
Punk.
Not those 2 coaches shouldn't be on that.
The last spot of that top 10, I could do without.
They've got 4 ACC coaches ahead of Jeff Brom because they've got Rhett Lashley from SMU at number 13.
I don't agree with that either.
All right, we got to go to break. When we come back, thankfully, we don't have to use the text line because we've got Paulo Del Piccolo, former U of L soccer star, former Lou City soccer star, joining us on the Call Your Law Firm hotline. I'll talk a little Lou City FC. I'll talk a little World Cup as well. Keep it locked right here. It's the Mike Rutherford Show, presented by United Mechanical, 1450, 96.1 The Big X.
Put on your red shoes and dance the blues. Dance to the song they're playing on the radio.
Welcome back in. 4 o'clock hour here, the Mike Rutherford Show, 1450, 96.1 Big X Sports Radio. We're talking a lot of soccer today on the Rutherford Show. Halftime score from Toronto, by the way. Bosnia-Herzegovina won the Canadian national team 0, as it will be a little bit of an upset on day 2 of the World Cup. Tonight at 9 o'clock, United States will take on Paraguay on Fox. Let's talk a little bit more soccer, locally and nationally. Joining us on the Call Your Law Firm hotline, he's a Louisville legend. He's a Lou City FC legend, Paulo Del Piccolo. Happy to have him back on the program. Paulo, how are you?
Doing excellent. Way too kind of a introduction there.
Not at all. I mean, I think people remember. I remember the old school shaking it up with salt and pepper videos from back in the day at U of L, and then you're joining Lou City, where you're now serving as an assistant coach. How has that transition been? I mean, people know you as a player. Now they're getting to know you as a coach. Has it been as seamless as you would like now as in your professional career?
I think it's been the transition. I mean, luckily the club, Louisville City as a club, has been so good to me and made the transition pretty easy for me and supported me kind of in all the ways that I could have ever hoped. So it's never going to be easy going from playing to just not playing anymore, no matter what you're doing, whether it's coaching or moving on. And so I still want to get out there every once in a while, and missing the game of actually playing it is tough. But as far as the coaching goes, I've loved it. I love learning. I love kind of having a new profession to chase and to try to improve. And it's good to be, starting from square one again and getting to kind of learn and develop.
You guys had an interesting season right off the bat with, Danny leaving kind of unexpectedly. And then, we had Simon Bird on the show a few weeks ago. He was talking about that transition. The team seems to have responded well, but how has it been going through that over the last few months, kind of having an unexpected first 4 or 5 months of this season and adjusting at least a little bit to a different coaching style?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you have a change like that, there's going to always be a little bit of a transition period. But I think one thing that we've always prided ourselves in at the club and really kind of set the expectation at the club is to make sure there's never an excuse and really to face any adversity like that head on and kind of be up for the challenge. And the guys that we have in the locker room are no different. Of course, there's going to be good days, bad days, ups and downs, but having the right mentality and kind of resilience to never make an excuse and to just get on with it. The guys have done that, and it's a credit to them, really.
You guys are coming off of a midweek victory over Phoenix. That was Wednesday night in Phoenix. Now you're back at home. Tomorrow, Brooklyn FC is in town. It'll be an 8 p.m. kickoff at Lynn Family Stadium. How are we feeling about the current state of things as we dive into the heart of the summer in USL play?
Yeah, I mean, we feel great about it. I know that, obviously getting the result at Phoenix was huge. I mean, the results prior to that hadn't gone our way, but, for us it's always been, again, you talk about standards and you talk about process, and I think if you watch the games, regardless of the results, there's been a lot of good things and a lot of bad things, and I think we're trending in the right direction. And that's all you can ask for is the guys show up and have the right mentality, keep improving, keep getting better, and again, like we always say, season's certainly not won or lost in June. So, we're happy with it. We're excited about it. We're excited to get back on the field tomorrow night. Quick turnaround, and that's kind of that's how the league is, and that's how the summers always go. It's always a grind.
It feels a little bit different. The team is having a lot of success this year, but last year during the regular season, Lou City, you guys were historically successful, and then unfortunately the playoff run was not what you guys wanted it to be, and I think that's been the case for the last couple of seasons. Is there a different feel when maybe you're kind of working through some stuff in the summer that maybe motivates players more to reach their ceiling than there is in a year like last year where it felt like everything was essentially smooth sailing at this time of the year?
Yeah, I mean, I think, that's I don't think it's cliche to say that, that the tough times, the adversity, the maybe poor results or ball not bouncing your way in the regular season makes you stronger in the long run. That's certainly how we're kind of embracing it and making sure that, this isn't something that it is something that we embrace. And we don't want to, act like the season's over because we didn't get 1 or 2 results go our way. We also understand that, it's sometimes good to be put in stressful situations where the game's not easy or the bounces aren't going your way, and see how we can respond and improve at responding in those moments.
We got Paulo Del Piccolo on the Call Your Law Firm hotline here, talking a little soccer at the local level. Now we'll talk a little soccer at the national level. The U.S. national team kicking off its World Cup run tonight. Obviously, as a lifelong soccer guy, this is an event that the casual fan even gets into. It feels like every 4 years. For you, who follows, I assume, soccer at every level pretty consistently, how excited do you get when this time of the every 4 years rolls around?
It's so much fun every 4 years. I mean, just being able to turn on the TV and watch 2-3 games a day of high level football, and the pride that comes with it, and the pageantry, and even just watching that first half of this Canada Bosnia Herzegovina game, it's just awesome to see kind of all the fans come out, all the national pride. It's just such a fun time. The only thing that's really bummed me out these last two World Cups is that Italy hasn't qualified. So I'm missing that. But other than that, what a fun time.
If it makes you feel better, my producer over here picked Italy to win the World Cup this year, despite them not qualifying. So
they didn't make it.
He was unaware that they didn't make the field, so that was his official selection.
That's a pretty tough choice then.
I don't know if it's going to go great for him. We'll find out. But as far as the Americans are concerned, they entered this event. Obviously, they were automatic qualifiers, but they do have some solid hype. You've got some solid players. What are the odds that this is the team that has I don't want to say like they're going to win it all, but has the type of run that really hooks the entire country, like when they made the run to the quarterfinals several years ago, or even when they made it to the knockout stages 4 years ago? What do you think their chances are of having a special summer run here?
I think we have the quality to do it. I mean, even watching the last kind of tune-up game there against Germany last week, we have the quality to do it. I think it's tournament football, so anything can happen. It's I mean, for the American fans, you think of March Madness. All you got to do is get hot at the right time. I very much expect us to get to our group, and then you get into the knockout rounds, and I think we have the quality to make a run. Whether we do or not is ball's got to bounce your way, and something's got to fall for us. But we certainly have the quality of player. It's it's one of the more talented American teams I've seen in a long time.
Every 4 years, when it comes to American sports radio talk or the discourse on social media, you get these just very cliched takes from fans that don't pay that much attention to soccer, where it's if we just played our best athletes, we dominate all of that stuff always comes up every 4 years. For you, as someone whose soccer has been integral and near the center of your life for as long as you can remember, do you get annoyed when the casual fan gets brought into the sport, or are you more of the more is better, welcome aboard, I don't care if you've got terrible takes, I'm just glad that you're following the sport? How do you handle this type of thing?
I embrace it because I think the only one that bothers me is I can't watch soccer because it's all the flopping, and it's I don't want to hear that. But if you've got the America would win the World Cup if LeBron played soccer, I love those hot takes, and I love the banter, and I love the I embrace every fan that picks up the sport. I think it's good for the sport, and I think it's good for just the sports culture in general to get everybody's hot takes and opinions, no matter how intelligent or sometimes unintelligent they are.
I love that when I was in college, it was always if we had Michael Vick playing, if Michael Vick was born in Europe, he'd be playing soccer, and then it's become LeBron. Maybe we'll get Lamar Jackson to be the name that everybody throws around there now when it comes to that title.
It always cracks me up.
It absolutely does. If you're making predictions, I know we're just 2.5 matches into this thing. I feel like everyone that I see is picking the French to win this thing. I know Spain gets some love. I feel like the Dutch are the trendy dark horse pick. Where do you lean as far as the team most likely to hoist the big trophy at the end of this?
It's really tough to pick against France. I mean, when you look at that roster, they are unbelievable. They are, of 23 guys deep. I mean, it's hard to pick against them. So I understand why everybody is. But yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a European team. I don't think Brazil, Argentina have it this year. I think it's going to be one of the big countries. I think France, Spain. Germany's always tough in the World Cup. One of these teams, I think, is going to get it done.
Last question from me on this front: when you look at the current landscape of college sports now, with players being paid and getting endorsement deals and all this stuff. I know when we talk with basketball and football players, they're always like, oh, I would have made $1 billion back when I was in college. It would have been great. You guys, I mean, when you were playing, it was sort of the peak of Louisville men's soccer, at least up to this point. You had that great season where you went undefeated until met Akron in the national title game. You guys had some good social media traction. Is there a part of you that also feels like, man, we could have capitalized a little bit more back in 2009, 2010, 2011, than we were able to at that time?
You know, I don't really look at it for myself in that sense. I mean, I know, you talk about the shaking up of salt and pepper. Sarah and I were, the one thing I do regret is not, that was a YouTube channel before we knew what a YouTube channel could be.
Right.
And so I regret maybe not seeing how, seeing if we can get that off the ground a little bit as opposed to just, doing it because the, comms director told us we either had to write a blog or film a video, and we said, well, we're not writing anything, we'll film some videos. And so we kind of just did it for that and did it to have fun with the other athletes. But I don't really see it as, men's soccer, even though we had that great season and cashed in and had some good turnouts and stuff, we weren't going to be earning the university any money. The budget that we needed to just put on a season, I don't think I deserved any money. The one that I feel more bad for my wife. I think she could have done pretty well in NIL if it was around when we were there. But no, for me, I don't think I would have made a lot of money, and not that I really would have cared to. I think it's great that the players are getting paid now. I think it needs to balance out again. But no, I don't really look back and regret it at all.
Let the record show I did not bring up your wife. I didn't. This was all Paulo Del Piccolo interview. We weren't going to shift the focus. I wanted to make like you're the story here. You're the star when you come on the Rutherford show. Just know that.
Well, okay, I appreciate that. I think it was about 10 years ago when I went from being Louisville soccer player to just Katie's husband. So.
Hey, when I go out in public, I'm Mary's husband, and I'm fine with it. It's all good. Paulo Del Piccolo, we appreciate the time, man. Best of luck Saturday. 8 o'clock, Brooklyn FC in town at Lynn Family Stadium. Lou City will look to extend its winning streak to 2. We wish you guys the best of luck, and hopefully we'll be talking with you soon.
No, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
All right, that's Paulo Del Piccolo, former Louisville soccer star, former Lou City FC star, current Lou City assistant head coach, and yes, also the husband of Katie George, who is a superstar on the TV side of things. Big thanks to him for joining us on the Call Your Law Firm hotline. A reminder, if you have been injured in an accident or on the job, hit up the Call Your Law Firm today. The Call Your Law Firm, Tony Collier and the crew, they've been serving this community for over 10 years, and they do a damn good job because they've all, at least partially because, they all have backgrounds working for the insurance companies. That means they've got their playbook. They know how to use that playbook, and they use it to get the most money for you and your recovery. Give them a call today, 502-736-8141, or go online to collierlawfirm.com. That's COLYER lawfirm.com. Hurt in an accident or hurt on the job, call your law firm. All right, we've got a quick update here on the College World Series side of things. Schuyler meets Troy Trojans trail West Virginia 5-4. They're headed to the home half of the 6th inning. And as mentioned, the World Cup matchup between Canada and Bosnia-Herzegovina is just underway in the second half. Bosnia-Herzegovina has a 1-0 lead. Text group just not working at all. Just not.
Yeah, I tried to look at it on their text, and it came up blank.
Now
I Googled it, and all those new texts disappeared again.
They've gone back to just disappearing now when you try to open them. I tried to do something where I went to the text receipts thing, and all you can see the text there. It's all of them from yesterday. So that's.
I went to that page. I think I found that page too. I was kind of doing the same thing. I was just kind of roaming through here looking.
Did Trey come in there to try to help him?
He came in.
He came in here for a second.
He came and asked what the issue was and when it started. I think I said 3:30. That's about when it started, right? The issue.
I mean, I have no idea because
I feel like that was when we were went to the text line and realized they weren't.
Because I just see I see the little number about the number of texts we have piling up throughout the show, but I didn't check in until it was time to start looking. And the moment I did, they all just started disappearing.
Yeah, I didn't notice.
It's like the leftovers text.
I think when you hit reload, it's something because when I did the reload, that's when mine disappeared too.
Well, I only hit reload because they'd all disappeared.
Oh, okay. Well,
I hit reload because all of a sudden I opened one text and then all of the other ones that had been sent after 3:30 just evaporated, and so I hit reload thinking okay, because every now and then if you don't reload it, it screws up a little bit, and then everything just went away.
Well, I just told that's what I told him. So I don't know if there's a way he knows how to fix something. If so, awesome. If not, I don't know what. You can give your cell phone number out, and we can just text you.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Then everybody can start bragging how the best name in their phone number is Mike Rutherford.
I don't think anybody would appreciate that.
Oh, come on.
There was a thing on.
I just got a text on here.
Did you?
I don't know if I can. I'm gonna see if I can open it.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, I
Blank.
know,
All
yeah.
messages loaded. Sorry, Scooter Skater.
Do you remember there was a thing on Twitter? You probably, I don't know if you were paying attention. It was probably last summer where Grok had just become a thing, and everybody was asking Grok, who's the most famous person to have visited my profile? And like, there's no way he had it down to a science. He just kind of looked at casual. Like, they're like, based on my information, the most famous person to have visited your profile. And a lot of them, because it was Louisville fans doing it, and I've got a lot of followers on Twitter, the answer for a lot of them was like Mike Rutherford. And so all of them would just be like, oh, like every time you're hoping that like, hey, Leo DiCaprio quietly visited my profile for some reason back in the day. And then you get Mike Rutherford and everyone's just like, oh, well, I like Mike. But
Have you ever used Grok?
no, you have to have a blue check mark.
Oh, you do? Okay. Well,
You do now. When it first came out, they were just kind of testing it.
Okay, because I have a buddy who, like, I swear when I go on my Twitter feed, I love that. Like, everything I see on my feed is him commenting on something, and every comment is Grok. Who is this in the video? Grok. It's a Grok question to every like thing I see him on. Like, I think every tweet he's had is a reply to Grok about a video or something or a picture or something like that. So I didn't know if you.
Yeah.
I've never used it, so
Yeah.
I do enjoy it though when I get a reel and I'm like, what movie is that from? And I gotta find it in here. Somebody asked Grok.
Like that type of thing, I'm good with.
Okay.
But the one when people just ask Grok for like, is this true? It's like Louisville, won the 1986 national championship. Like, Grok, is this true? I'm like, just Google's out there. If you don't know it, my God, like just. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Don't steal my old man rant there, Mike. Come on.
Well, and then half the time Grok is wrong. And
okay?
you've just got to be like, I don't think that's right. And then it does the AI thing where it's like, you're right. The more that I look into it, because I use ChatGPT every now and then. I haven't used it in probably months.
Never used it.
But every now and then I would use it just to like when it first came out to screw around with it. And I would ask it a question, and it's like, it would give me something back that's like completely wrong. And I'm like, that's actually a result from last season, not this season. And then it's like, you're right. And apparently that's what it does for everybody.
Is that not really much different than like the early Siri days?
Probably the same. Probably about the same. I mean, Google is doing a thing, and this is terrible for websites like mine. It's why, we're kind of having all hands on. Vox is in a state of flux. But Google is doing the thing where right now, when you search something, the first thing that comes up is that AI overview, which almost always is wrong. It'll give you, if you type in like, how good was Kansas State at basketball last season? Half the time it gives you, it's like they went 9-7, and you're like, what? Like it doesn't make any sense.
I always glance at that for a second.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody does because it's the first thing that comes up, and so that's already hurting websites. They've announced though that I think within the next year, when you Google something, the whole first page is just going to be AI responses.
I don't like that.
They're like websites aren't even going to pop up unless you hit a special button, which is going to just kill web traffic. And we're kind of panicking on how we're going to handle that because the big thing for websites for the last 10 years or so has been search engine optimization, where you're trying to make sure that if somebody is looking for the answer to something on Google, your site's one of the first ones that pops up. So you got to have the right words in the headlines, you got to have the right words in the body of the story, and all of that stuff. And now that kind of goes out the window. So if the only traffic that you're getting is people coming to your site just because they know your site, like that's about the fourth of most people's normal traffic. So
I'm not a fan of AI, I guess, for the most part, because in particular, just this week, I had some issue with my DraftKings account. I shouldn't maybe throw them under the bus, but I don't care at this point. And I got locked out. You know those things where it like locks you out, and you're like, you need to reset your password. So I'm resetting it, and they're not getting me emails. So like for a day and a half, I'm like, I've hit reset like 5 times, and they've never sent me one. So I go to like ask somebody, like the little chat, thing on there for help, and it's one of those the AI things, and I'm trying to ask it, is there a phone number I can call, like a customer service? I want to talk to a human, and it's like I cannot give out personal information. I'm like, I don't want your stuff. Eventually, long story short, I Googled the number, found it, and I went for almost an hour on the phone. It felt like going through every option and attempted hoping it would send me to a human. And no matter what option I chose, I always ended up with just leave a message, and we will email you back as soon as possible. I'm like, I'm not getting your email.
That's the worst.
That is so. My last message, I left like 5. The final message was like, for the love of all that is holy, will someone just call me back because I'm not getting emails? Please, I want to give you my money. I want to lose money on your website. Help me.
Yeah.
And in case you're wondering, people, I did eventually get it fixed.
If you ever hear me talking to an automated message, like, because I mean, I find whether it's like prescriptions or an issue with the TV bill or whatever, like you're always in that situation. And I go through, because they're like, say the number of what, or like say your problem, and I'll be like, problem with bill, and they're like, did you say you want to try to put a new system? Yeah, and I'm like, and like after like 3, I'm like, talk to person, and they're like, excuse me? I'm like, talk to human being.
You used to be able to press 0 like a.
And you can't anymore.
I tried. Trust me, I tried that on DraftKings. They hung up.
God, this is old man radio.
I mean, but seriously,
I stand by it.
Yeah, you have to at least. If you can't tell me you can't have someone. I've worked call centers before. Like you can't have. I don't even care if you're sending me like to Indonesia or something. Just let me talk to a human. You've got to have at least one human, right, working for you. Let me talk to him.
We still can take YouTube chat here.
Everybody go to YouTube now.
Bruce Keith has a question for you.
Okay.
So he says, Lashley has pantsed Braum 2 years in a row. I'd love to hear why Trevor thinks that Jeff is better.
He's pantsed him? Really? I mean,
they did kick our ass last year.
And the year before, we kind of blew that game, if I remember right.
We lost by 7, yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of their coming out party too, a little bit. Was it the Jennings kid, I think, or whatever his name is?
Yeah, we kept fumbling.
Exactly. Braum didn't drop that ball.
Well, we lost 38-6 last year.
My point is yes, you can still lose to a coach you're better than. It is possible, producer. But I get your point, and your debate, your argument is valid. But so is mine. Suck it. Braum's better.
Well, what's your argument?
That is it.
That's it. By the way, we are creeping up on $15,000.
Trying to debate that one, buddy.
We're creeping up on $15,000 in fundraising, so getting better.
There's got to be like a barber shop out there that wants to drop like $5,000 so I can do my head shaving thing for you.
Ooh, well, I don't know how wealthy you think barbershops are. But
like a sports clip or something.
I don't know if they'd have $5,000 just to shell out for a haircut, but maybe. Patrick Ryan texts us, Big X does grumpy old man radio better than anyone in the city.
I was glad to have you finally on my grumpy old man side.
Well, I mean, I'm used to being the grumpy old man on this show because, Roman and Matt and whoever else is like 25s. They're like, that's the stupidest thing. They're like,
human on a phone call?
Like, yeah, we don't use phones anymore.
Yeah, really.
So, now I'm back to feeling like, okay, like I'm the younger guy.
Is that that's one of the reasons you were happy? You're like, yeah, I can go back to not being the old man anymore.
Who said I was happy?
I didn't say that.
Clutch says, what conference do you think we will be in 2035 if you had to guess? Which conference would you like for us to be in most by then? I mean, will conferences even exist in 2035?
That was my first question.
Will the world even exist in 2035?
Well, hopefully.
Will sports exist in 2035? Who the hell knows?
I don't know if conferences will. That you might. I mean, for sure. Jokingly, we say, but it's probably true.
I still think if you were putting odds on everything, the best odds should be the ACC, because I think there is a world where, first of all, our TV contract doesn't run out until 2036. There now is the changes come about in 2030, which will open the door for schools like Florida State, Clemson, North Carolina, whoever else, to leave if they have the opportunity. I mean, I think the bigger question is, will the SEC and the Big Ten, unless something changes in the next 4 years, which God knows it can, they've got to call the shots. Like, you don't just get to – it's like when I was off radio and people are like, when are we going to get you back on radio, man? I'm like, well, someone's got to offer me a job. I don't get to choose this thing.
You didn't voluntarily leave.
Right, yeah. I mean, I'd love to be. I'd love to be today. But the Big Ten and the SEC have to actively seek these schools out for another round of expansion to happen. And the SEC has kind of said, unless the Big Ten makes a move, we're good with where we are right now. Now, like I said, everything can change in 4 years. Who the hell knows? But I still think the most likely scenario is that we're still in the ACC.
I mean, I know it's
got to go to Brain,
but I mean, in a perfect world, we just get like 5 conferences all by geographic, like Southeast, Northeast.
I would love for that to be what happens.
Southwest,
next.
West, and Midwest.
Yeah.
I I mean, that would just
Why not?
That would be in a perfect world. I don't know where Louisville would land, but we go northeast or southeast, so I don't know.
Midwest, maybe.
Oh, Midwest, yeah.
Let's take a break. When we come back, final hour of the show, maybe we'll get the text line working. Who the hell knows? If not, we'll have a hodgepodge of topics and have some fun. It's the Mike Rutherford Show, 1450, 96.1, Big X Sports Radio. These songs are not getting me hyped up.
You're my private dancer.
I mean, this one just makes me feel awkward.
You're my private dancer, Mike.
If you guys could only see, I'll hold this up for the YouTube camera, the outfit that's in this bag right here.
Hey, I have that bag.
That I'm about. Does it have your name on it?
I think so. Is that the one we got from the station years ago?
No.
Oh, I got one like it. It still has my shoes and shirt in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm waiting for the day of either fit.
If you could see the outfit in that bag,
I wish I could.
You'll see it tomorrow. It'll be out there.
You have to. Will you like text me a link or something? I want to watch this tomorrow.
I'll let you know. Yeah.
Okay.
When it's live, I'll put it out there. It's
What time is it gonna be roughly? Do you remember?
The event, like the dinner and the auction go from 6 to 8. I think the dancing starts at 8, or is supposed to. And I'm second. I'm early.
I don't like the fact that you have to dance after you eat. That doesn't seem.
I mean, I'm probably not going to be eating.
I was gonna say, yeah.
It'll be like The thing is, because I get to dance early. After you dance, like I get to go like sit with my family and my buddies.
Okay.
I'll probably grab a plate to eat then. I'll definitely have some drinks because it'll be. You do have to go back out there at the end, but you don't really do anything. It's just like they announce the awards and stuff. So, once it's done, it's the only good thing about my order. For those who haven't heard, I'm in the worst spot possible. Wow. The guy in the competition who is he was like a pro dancer until 2021. It told me his whole life story at one of the events we went to. Dancing is like his entire life. He still dances like big time, like advanced classes on the weekend. He's going first. I'm going second. So most people who are going to this event, they don't go every year. They don't know what to expect. It's friends and family of the 12 people that are dancing. So I feel like this guy's going to get out there, and he's going to dance like a professional dancer. And everyone's going to be, he sets the tone for the whole night. Everyone's going to be like, oh my God, like these people are amazing. Like what a show we're in store for. And then I'm going to go second and I'm plodding around like an amateur dancer that I am, 41-year-old father of 2. And I'm going to get like, I would not expect to get great scores, but I feel like my scores are going to be worse because of the situation than they would be if I danced like 7th or 8th. And I don't think that that's fair.
You would want to go first then, right?
I'd rather go first than this.
Yeah.
You know?
How long is your routine?
It's like 2.5 minutes.
Okay.
I think they used to have like big kind of theatrical productions, but they're trying to keep the event a little bit shorter than they used to. So they limited us to the dance has to be between 2 and 3 minutes.
Do you get like laser shows, like special effects?
I got some special effects.
Yeah, or like a fog. Do you come out like a fog machine?
Yeah, I think that. Other people, I think, will have more bells and whistles than I will.
I don't know why I picture you coming in like Ben Stiller when he entered dodgeball in the game. They're doing like the Cobra thing.
A lot of people have stuff like that. Like a lot of people, like I watched the last year's dances. They had a big theatrical stuff. I don't. Maybe some people are going to be doing that. I keep things simple. We got a little bit of stuff, but I'm just about the dancing, Trev.
I'm with you. Listen, it's all about the basics, right?
It's all about the dancing. I'm all there. I'm there for the arts.
I mean, we don't need Skip to Malou out there doing fancy dribbles. It's all about just all you need is hit a 15-footer.
I do want to. I know we led the show with this, and I hate bringing everything down on a Friday, but I do want to reiterate if you're just joining the show because we have people that hop in and out based on their travel.
Update for a second.
Well, I do want people to know Kenny Klein is dealing with a very, very serious medical issue. He's. I mean, I'll just say it outright. He is in a coma right now after a choking incident last night while he was out to dinner with the old basketball crew that was in town for an event this weekend. And it doesn't look – it's a very serious situation just based on the last text that I got. So any prayers you can give, greatly appreciated there. He's I mean, you talk about beloved people in this community.
Yeah.
Like there's just – it's Kenny, man. Like people who worked with him professionally love him. People who know him casually love him. People who are close friends love him. Like he is just the easiest person in the world to adore, and I can't imagine, him not being around anymore. So hoping for good news that comes this weekend, but it definitely seems it sounds very serious.
He's so awesome. Didn't Patino buy him a car for like his birthday once or something?
I think so. I mean, hell.
I think it was
gave him a job at St. John's the last 2 years.
I mean.
The best thing about Kenny, too, man, he is – you wouldn't expect this because he's so just kind of mild-mannered. He is an ultimate prankster.
Is he really?
Oh, my God. So there was one time where Louisville was having some sort of event, at downtown in one of these buildings that was kind of under construction. Like they were adding on to the building, so they had some floors that were just completely bare. And he sent John Ramsey to one of those floors where it was like there was nobody there besides like 3 workers. And John's like, I'm here for the party. And they're like, what? And like John finally figures out where it is. Like 45 minutes later, he walks in and like the moment Kenny sees him, Kenny like falls on the floor laughing. Like just stuff like that all the time. I mean, just the absolute best person. And I'm hoping we can get some good news at some point this weekend. But
I mean, maybe good news. It looks like the text line might be working.
The text line is working, it appears. We've got Scoot Tater texted in, and now all of his old texts are gone for the moment, which maybe some people will prefer. But 2 straight texts in a row we've gotten that have come in. So I think we should be good to go from this point forward. If you texted in earlier, your text is unfortunately gone.
Just resend it.
But if you want to text in now, 502-414-1450, you should be able to make that happen. Scoot Tater did say, just in case mine disappeared, you should get the TBT Louisville, and TBT Lexington Twitter accounts involved. If they can get a bunch of people to buy tickets to a basketball game, then they can probably help you raise the money you need, and explain to them the deal you all worked out at the end of yesterday's show. I don't know if we can make that happen. I'd like to, but we'll see. Not a terrible idea.
No.
Be a good idea if I could get in touch with those people, but I have no idea who runs anything.
With the what's the Louisville's team called in TBT?
The Ville.
The Ville, that's right.
We're at $14,808 right now.
Okay.
Steadily climbing.
Slow but surely wins the race.
Steadily climbing. The Riddler texted in. Man, it is crazy. These are all first-time texts now. Just cowboy.
I feel like, what's the Ninth Roxbury? Slow down there, Will Ferrell. You got to pace though. What up? 1, 2, 3, 4. What's up? 1, 2.
Riddler says, who the bleep does this woman from yesterday think she is?
Wow, okay.
Tell me you don't understand the rivalry without telling me that you don't understand the rivalry. Who are we talking about?
I mean, I'm assuming our guest that was on yesterday's show, the dancing young lady?
Oh, Jenny.
Yeah. Well, how many guests do we have?
Well, that's why I was confused. I didn't think she said anything that could be possibly.
I don't think so either. I don't remember hearing her say something that could be controversial.
Oh, he's upset that the first idea she'd come up with is she wants me to donate money to my favorite Louisville sports media person that makes him paint his face UK blue.
Oh, yeah.
So Matt Jones and all the bozos at KSR and BBN can poke fun of us for years to come. What a horrendous plan. Josh Hurd level of visionary leadership.
Was a little off, but that's okay.
Well, I mean, I think any novel idea to raise money.
The idea was good. It's just the parameters that needed to be tweaked a little bit.
Right. I mean, it's if you could do, like, I think Louisville fans would donate something to like a Matt Jones run contest to get him to like paint up in red or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's tough because you are trying to appeal to Louisville fans who are more likely to be listening to the show and more likely to, like me and want to support me. So if it's all like, hey, if we get to 20, Mike's going to paint his face blue, then some Louisville fans who are willing to donate would probably be like, well, I don't want to donate now, So that's why I said you got to put like UK in parentheses.
I can't remember what year it was. I did a show with once when I was early in my days, was doing a show with Matt, and we had a U of L UK game bet where the loser had to sing the fight song on the air. And of course, I ended up having to sing UK's fight song. So.
Not shocking.
Yeah.
Not good.
I think it was 08, maybe 09. I forget which year it was.
Lazard guy says, after forcing me to suffer through soccer talk, I will now return the favor and force the show to do a minute of UFC talk. Oh, God.
Well,
here's one bet for each card for each fight on the card Sunday night. Diego Lopez by submission. Bo Nickel over 1.5 takedowns. Michael Chandler over 0.5 takedowns. Derek Lewis by KO. Sean Malley by TKO. Pereira Gain to go to a decision. And Ilya Tuporia by submission. Should be a banger card. Co-main event and main event feature 2 of the top 3 pound-for-pound fighters on the planet, Alex Pereira and Ilya Tuporia.
Couldn't be that big of a banger card. I don't hear Tank Abbott or Royce Gracie's name.
Where's Ronda Rousey?
That's as far back as you're going to go. I'm going to the
Well, she also just fought like 3 weeks ago.
So, yeah, I know. Somebody sent me a funny.
Texas says private dancer. Trevor is a prostitute.
No, Mike's my private.
I would be the prostitute.
Yeah,
That's why I didn't prefer that song. I did not enjoy
you
that.
thought it was funny, though. Come on. That's why I did it.
I did not like it.
I do not like Private Dancer. I do not like being called
I do not like it. Texas says, Mike, is there any truth to the rumors that you're ending your dance to the song I've Had the Time of My Life?
That would be
and there will be a surprise Trevor showing up where he runs to you and you lift him up in the air and spin. No, but I have seen that dance done before at this event.
You watched Sunday in Philadelphia?
I did.
Okay, so good. So you remember the early day when they did the dance-off episode?
Of course.
And Charlie, like, I'm going to show you the cream of a fifth grade boy.
You want to see the cream of a fifth-year?
That's the dance you need to do to the. And then Dennis at the end, he's like, "How do you remember all that choreography?
Yeah.
It was 20 years ago." And Mac was like, "It was just so beautiful, man."
It is a great episode.
They're holding they had to wear the kegs. What was the name of those twins that was on that show?
I can't remember.
They used to do the ESPN Classic stuff.
You get fork stabbed, Charlie.
Yeah, it's such a great episode. I can handle my sedative, bro.
It is fantastic. Texas, what is the proudest DIY fix or home project you've successfully completed? You're asking the wrong show.
Yeah.
As I've gotten older, I've been surprised with how many things I can just easily fix myself that would normally cost hundreds of dollars.
This is sad. Mine is the front door knob on my front door was getting loose, so I tightened it up.
Oh, come on. That is bad.
I'm trying. I can't think.
I replaced all those little like latches that you need. Anything like that. I mean, I stained the back deck last summer.
That's more than me. Like my next would be putting the AC unit in the window.
I've done that before.
Changing out the air filter.
I mean, you do that every month. You're supposed to, at least.
Oh,
but now
really?
we have the hospital grade air filters that don't need changing out.
Okay, nice.
I mean, they were put in by the people that owned the house before us, so we don't really deserve the credit for that. But it was a nice bonus of getting the house. I'm trying to think. I mean, staining the back deck was. I mean, I've done a lot of painting projects. My wife just painted our office a few months ago.
I was involved in installing my when I had my doggy door and the back door put in. I helped install that, or I bought it.
Was that the help that you provided?
Yeah,
buying the actual.
I bought it. I am the farthest from Bob Bealey you will ever meet.
Yeah, like I know my limit when it comes to like if cords and electricity are involved in any way. That's when I'm like, all right, I'm out. I don't care how easy you tell me it is. I don't want to be the cautionary he died by electrocuting himself trying to install the ceiling fan type guy. So that's where I bow out.
My problem is the gentleman that does my lawn service, who does a great job. Like basically for $50, he can fix anything in your house. And he's installed 2 toilets. He's installed both my new toilets in my house. He's done. He actually put in the wood paneling in 2 of my bedrooms.
Oh, nice.
When I took the carpet out and we went to hardwood, he did almost half the house. He does a great job.
By the way, Canada has equalized in the 78th minute. It's now 1-1 with 9 minutes to play in regulation.
We're rooting for Canada, right? I am.
Are you?
Yeah. Come on, man. I got to give my Blue Jays some love.
I mean, I do like Canada.
I mean, and yeah, does anybody really hate Canada and America? I get like you want to be Mexico a rival, but you can't hate Canada unless you're Zach Morris who wants to invade it. Did you get that reference?
I did.
Okay.
I'm also just reacting to one of my friends telling me that his wife tried to donate to my dance fund and accidentally did it to the general fund. I'm like, Jesus Christ. If I lose because of this.
You're going to find out how much the donation was.
Well, I mean, I told you, everybody has been so generous with their donations. Like companies, Lou City, who we just had on, made a very, very cool care package. And then, Bats have donated stuff, Ali Center. And U of L men's basketball, I'm with Pat Kelsey 2 nights ago, and he agrees to do this very cool package that includes access to practice and some tickets.
Nice.
And he's like, just clear it with Dana. And they didn't clear it because he had already donated an autographed ball to another competitor, and they apparently can't double dip in auctions like this.
Oh, no. We aren't talking chips. We're talking donations here.
So
really, you're going to turn down money for a nonprofit? Seriously? No offense.
So I was straight. She's like, I'm so sorry if there's anything else we can do to help. I was like, if I lose because of this, just know. I mean, I might get very critical of this men's basketball team. I've always said, like, I don't let personal stuff get involved in talking on the radio, writing. I may just have to blast the entire program. But if I don't win the fundraising battle and it comes down to like, $200 that you could have gotten for this auction item cost you the whole thing.
To defend my man Pat,
it's not Pat's fault.
Well, I was going to say, because
I strictly blame Dana Brown. Dana, if you're listening to this,
he probably
you
forgot
are
he
being
said-
held responsible for my entire dance campaign falling apart if I don't win.
Good, because I don't get mad at Kelsey's. He probably just forgot he donated.
Oh, I love Pat.
Okay.
He was, and what Dana doesn't know, unless she's listening now, is that he already signed a ball that I had already donated as well.
Yeah, take that. That's how you stick it to the man.
Yeah. So guess what? It's already on auction. It's already out there. So he has donated to Mike, but he just couldn't give me the free practice.
If I was gonna say if they had blocked you from doing that, I could have signed the ball for you. And when it goes to donation, you're like, we have an autographed basketball from Louisville, Kelsey. How much?
Yeah.
How much are donations? Again, a Louisville basketball sign, Kelsey.
Notable Louisville Cardinals figure Kelsey has it's like a free dinner at his house.
Yeah, you do the whole thing. Yeah, the VIP package.
He wants you to watch the Super Bowl with him this year.
I feel like it's more like the opposite of the SNL skit with not Will Ferrell, but Chris Farley when he's trying to convince to let Adam Sandler stay at your house. Like, the man will do your laundry.
Yeah,
let the poor boy sleep in your bed.
The Houlihan,
He's gonna do
the
your
Houlihan
laundry.
child.
Yeah.
For the love of God, let the boy wash your car.
I don't want to wash the sheets. Don't make him wash your sheets.
Let him sleep in the bed.
That's a great skit.
It really is. Well, now I'm frustrated with my friends not being able to figure out how the website works. Outrageous.
You can't figure out a website? Come on.
Donate to a dancer. It says it right there.
Well, we are number one amongst the old men radio, so I can see why the website's confusing.
That's how I'm dealing with the dance jitters. Just raging on everybody. That's what's going to happen here.
Don't do a Tanya Harding like your shoelace breaks and you just lose it in the middle of the floor.
It could happen. Could happen. By the way, Troy and West Virginia are tied at 5. Bottom of the 8th, West Virginia is threatening. They've got men on first and second with nobody out.
Does West Virginia have the worst pitching in college baseball history? I mean, every game I hear them.
Clearly not. They're in the College World Series.
Well, yeah, but they can't outscore everybody. I mean,
Well, that's kind of what college baseball is.
Yeah, well, it's
A lot of high-scoring games.
I know. I shouldn't be surprised.
A lot of high-scoring games. Texter says 502-414-1450 on the now back-to-functioning Gameday Men's Health text line. It says, hey, I'll donate $50 if you guys delete every text I've ever sent to the show. I sent this text at 2:40, so now I'm thinking that I may be partly responsible. It's a great text. I mean, I take your word for it. That's exactly what happened. Texter says, from one parrot head to another, prayers up to the GOAT. Oh, I mean, Kenny Klein, I think he's attended, I know, over 100
Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett concerts. Thank you.
You're not a Jimmy Buffett guy, though.
I'm not.
I didn't think you.
But I know he is. And the last time that I talked to him, I know he was at like 98, and he was this was like at a derby party a few months ago, and I think he had already planned to have 100 in that month. I'm hoping that he got there. But yeah, I mean, he is a all-time Buffett guy.
What band or concert have you gone to the most?
See, I'm not a big concert guy.
See, I'm not.
I've seen Iron and Wine 3 times, so that's got to be the most.
I mean, that's probably I've seen Sublime with Rome, I think 4 times. That might be my most. But yeah, I'm not big. Like our man Dugan's gone to like Widespread Panic.
Oh, I know. They're all.
I don't. I even as much as I love Sublime. I mean, obviously not real version of it. I don't know if I could go see him that many times.
Same.
I mean, I just can't fathom. I don't know if there's any band out there whom I do love enough to see that many times.
I'm the same way.
I've seen a few twice. I've seen Steve Miller twice.
There are bands that I would see more than Iron and Wine, but he's
twice.
been in town like 4 different times, so I've gotten to go. I think I've seen Ryan Adams 3 times before he outed himself as a pervert.
Say Brian or Ryan?
Ryan.
Okay, yeah, I remember you. I didn't know he's a pervert. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's a big story came out. He's been in town a couple times since then. I've not gone. I'm not. It's it's one of those like you said before. I still listen to some of the old music, but it changes it a little bit.
It is. It's hard. I think I do it easier than most in terms of deciphering the entertainment from the human that made it.
I think it's easier when it's more like poppy, kind of like thoughtless lyrics with catchy tunes,
Michael
music.
Jackson, like.
But if it's like Ryan Adams, like it was all about like emotionally connecting with the artist and these deep lyrics. And like now I'm like, you're kind of a creep. I don't want to emotionally connect with you on this.
I mean, the only problem though is if I do that, like I'm just gonna stuck listening to Amy Grant all day. And not that I don't love Baby Baby, but I mean I can only listen to it so much.
Someone just threw a Merrill Hodge quote out.
Wow, that's a good pull.
But because it was somebody who was like just a guy who knew ball. Somebody has a tweet where it was like, no agendas, no hot takes, no fluff. Just a guy who knew ball and broke it down without the BS. And it's a picture of Merrill Hodge.
The fullback.
And someone just retweeted it with a Merrill Hodge quote from the 2007 NFL Draft where it said, "I think Brian Brom's upside is greater than that of Aaron Rodgers."
Ooh.
Which at the time I would have said the same thing. Granted, I was jaded,
So was
but I mean, let's be real. I love BB, always will, even though he's an enemy of the show. He was not as good as Aaron Rodgers.
Best thing about Brian Brom's draft was one of my best friends still is my friend. He's a big UK guy, and we got this big heated argument, and it ended. The end result was, I will bet you my big screen TV if Brian Brom gets drafted ahead of Andre Woodson. For the record,
Of course he did.
I have never gotten that TV. He never paid out.
What a
bet.
Welcher.
I was so mad. Yeah, I mean I forgive him now a little bit, but yeah, never did get that TV, Ruben.
I mean, don't say that if you're not going to follow up on it, especially when it's something that you could have. Like, not many people.
Oh, he's welched so many on bets. The
Like,
Josh,
you could have looked that up. Like, nobody had Andre Woodson going ahead of Brian Brom in that draft.
the Josh Chichester turnaround game against Kentucky. Remember?
Derek Jasper.
Yes, we had a bet on that game. Loser had to get Ric Flair chopped. Still to this day, haven't been able to give him the chop.
Come on, man.
He's got to quit welching on bets. Now I'm starting to think about this more and more. He owes me a lot. I mean, he's a good dude, and he's done a lot to help me out at times, but I at least get to chop him.
I just saw this tweet from Reds writer Charlie Goldsmith. Did you? I mean,
I don't think I know him.
You know, we don't talk about baseball on this show, but the Reds did have a game against the Padres this week where on 4 consecutive plays, the Padres bunted and got on base, twice with singles, twice with errors. The Reds just did not know how to field the bunts. And according to Charlie Goldsmith, the Reds are currently doing a full team drill to practice bunt defense during batting practice.
I'm not being hyperbolic. 4 bunts in a row, that's got to be like some kind of record in an MLB game, right? When's the last time somebody bunted 4 times in a row?
The worst team we played when I was doing travel ball before high school was there was this team called the Floyd Cubs. They were from Floyd County in Indiana. They always played their games at IU Southeast. And if you were ever like not playing well, the Floyd Cubs were a streak breaker. Like we just like if we had a bad week, I feel like we just would schedule the Floyd Cubs for a doubleheader on Saturday and just beat the hell out of them and feel better about ourselves. No. The Reds are basically the Floyd Cubs.
Okay. I was wondering I thought you were going to say they just bunted all the time.
No.
Okay.
They couldn't field a bunt. Like if you made contact, you're like, well, I'm getting on base. Like this feels good. Like they had no business being a travel baseball team. They were ahead of their time in that regard because I think everybody plays travel ball now, which defeats the purpose. But yeah, you would just go out there. I pitch a no-hitter and it was like, oh my God, I'm back to being good. That it wasn't that I gave up 16 runs in the last game because that team was just better than I am. It's just it was an off day. Now I'm back to feeling like myself.
There's somebody driving around that used to play on that team right now, being like, "Thanks, Mike, for reminding me."
If you were a Floyd Cub, let me know. Because I think in 2 years we went 16-0 against the Floyd Cubs with a combined run rate of like 157-2.
As a Reds fan, beating a Cubs team probably made you feel good, even better.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more was just like, let's get this game over with. I want to go home and like play video games.
You think that's bad? Think about the kids that are getting beaten. What do you think they feel?
I do remember one time we played at IU Southeast, and I gave up a double to score a run in the first inning. And my dad, my dad dialed it down by the time that I got to like 13 or 14. He was very vocal in Little League when he was coaching me. But I gave him a double to score a run in the first inning, and my dad was like, "Come on, Michael!" Like I was like, you know, it's bad when dad is like that early, being like, you can't give up hits to these guys out there that are basically 4'8", 80 pounds.
As you can imagine, I have some very horror stories from Little League days of parents. I've witnessed a wide range.
It's gotten worse, man. That's all I can tell you.
That's crazy because I mean, the worst I think I had was an attempted fight on the referee. Like the dad came on, he got banned banned him. We didn't want to ban his kid because we thought that
sure.
was but he was banned from from coming into the gym.
The stories that I hear from my friends now that have kids that are starting to play competitive sports are
that was worse.
Outrageous.
Like like I say that now worse, and that was probably in like maybe an 8-year span. Like that's almost like every year span in some places now.
Yeah,
which is sad. It's sad.
Comment from the YouTube chat. Have you all heard of a subreddit called Blood Cheap? It's dedicated to the molting phase Northern Cardinals experience when all their head feathers fall off and they look like Skelsis from Dark Crystal. We need a Blood Cheap alt uni for one of our home games.
You don't know Dark Crystal, do you?
I don't.
Okay, it's a good movie. I won't put it on the list. But
okay,
it's a good. I wouldn't show it to your kids, but it's a Jim Henson puppets, early '80s puppets movie. But
Deep pull right there.
Kind of dark and creepy, but a good movie.
I appreciate you saying it's dark and creepy, but adding that you wouldn't show it to my kids.
Yeah, because that's dark and creepy.
I know. I mean, as opposed to the usual dark and creepy content that we let our kids watch on a daily basis.
I mean, we grew up, and particularly me as well, in the early '90s. Kids it was a different. I mean, Black Cauldron and Secret of Nim. That stuff, all that doesn't get to kids today.
Well, we don't. Admittedly, we don't want the kids to end up like us. So there's that. Let's take a break.
We've turned out pretty good.
When we come back, 5 o'clock hour, final segment of the week. We'll run through the text line, which, again, is operational now. 502-414-1450. It's the Rutherford Show, 1450-96.1 Big X.
Haters getting close, hasn't got me yet. I can dance, I can talk.
Only thing about me is the way that I walk. That's a good way to end it.
I have some talent still.
That's why I need that money, because I can't dance. I can sing a little bit. We just found out that a friend of ours that we've known through her daughter in Virginia become friends. Yeah. She danced in this competition 7 years ago while she was pregnant with the girl.
That can't make you give you confidence.
Well,
right?
I just watched her video and I'm like, and she's definitely better than I am. Like Mary just sent me her video from 2019. I'm like,
say she's only like 1 month along.
Yeah, she does not. You would not know that she was pregnant, but the fact that she could do it while pregnant and still look better than I'm going to look tonight, I'm like, ugh, it's not great. We need to win the fundraising battle. That's what it stands on. Look, if you want to see a giant trophy in here, a week from Monday.
Do you keep the trophy permanent, or you just get it for 1 year?
Oh, no, you get it.
Permanently?
That's yours.
That's awesome.
I'll tour the city with this for a year.
Yeah, that's
if I win this thing.
I thought maybe you only got it for like the year, and you had to
you
get
saw
it over.
how big that trophy
saw,
was.
Yeah,
yesterday.
that thing was huge.
It just made me want it more. It was huge.
It was.
I want one that big. I've never had one that big.
I'm preaching the choir.
I gotta have one that big. Donate again. You got 24 hours. Let'sDanceLouisville.org. Let's get a big trophy for the Big X community. We'll keep it here for a week. We'll let everybody see it. You can get your picture taken with it. It'll be fantastic. And more importantly, it goes to a very good cause, feeding the hungry in Louisville 365 days a year at Sanford Dining Hall. This one event props up the dining hall for the entire year. It's where all the funding comes from, and every dollar that you donate goes to that. $3 feeds a person for a day. $20 feeds a person for a week. Anything you can offer up, I would greatly appreciate it. It's the final segment.
Man my size, I'm all for helping feed people.
Absolutely.
I know what it's like to be hungry.
It's the final day of the week, final segment of the week here on the Mike Rutherford Show, 1450-96.1, Big X Sports Radio. Trevor Kelsey in the house. Troy Trojans are up against it now in the top of the ninth inning. West Virginia leading 7-5. They took the lead with 2 runs in the bottom of the eighth. We'll see if Skylar Meats boys can battle back there. And then we have a final from Toronto. Canada and Bosnia-Herzegovina have played to a 1-1 tie, the first tie of the World Cup. Next up, it's the Americans against Paraguay.
Let's show them how to do it.
9 o'clock on Fox, also on Peacock as well. I see that the line is USA plus 110 to win. The over-under is 2.5 goals.
Wait a minute, we're plus 110 or minus 110?
I think that's just because the tie is so like I think Paraguay probably has plus odds to win as well.
Okay, I was going to say, because I thought we'd be favorite. And
I think we are.
Almost every betting site almost does everything minus 110.
Not with soccer.
Okay.
Soccer's different.
Okay. I don't bet soccer, so that's...
Yeah, I see that it's like Paraguay's plus 320.
To win.
To win. And we are plus
110.
110.
Okay. And tie is what? Minus 110?
It doesn't give it.
Oh,
but
it doesn't?
Yeah. That could be slightly plus odds as well.
And what did you say the goal was?
If you're looking at just basic spread, it's USA minus 0.5.
That's a typical soccer line, right?
Right. Paraguay plus 0.5.
That's like every baseball line is minus 1.5. I feel like every game.
Yeah.
I mean, and then the over-under is always like 6, I think, or something.
Yeah, you're usually right. Over-under is 2.5 here. The over is plus 145. The under is minus 180. By the way, USA, if you bet on the minus 0.5, you get even odds. Paraguay plus 0.5 is minus 140.
What are the odds for USA to win the World Cup at this moment going in?
I mean, they're like the 12th choice, I think, because it's like Kentucky getting good odds to win the national championship every year. They know people are going to bet on it, so you probably don't get accurate odds.
I think maybe plus 500, maybe at least. I mean,
I think that's right.
It sounds about right. I would think that would be if you're doing 12th. I'm thinking that's probably where that would be.
If I'm looking it up, every team's championship odds for World Cup. Spain has the best odds at plus 450. France is plus 475. United States is 60 to. They are 60 to 1 to win the entire thing.
Where's Italy?
Not on the list.
They took my money.
Not on the list. All right, let's go to the Gameday Mens Health text line. 502-414-1450 is the number. Texter says, Riddler again, says FanDuel has boosted odds super bet on USMNT to have 1+ shot on goal tonight, plus 100 odds on up to a $25 bet. Get your free $25. Yeah, they're doing that thing where they're giving away free money. It's like when they'll do an NFL game to kick off the season. And like if the Bengals score a point, everyone gets $25. So if as long as America gets, I saw the one I saw said just a shot. Doesn't even have to be a shot on goal, but they're going to have obviously both. So you get $25 free essentially tonight.
Yes, the old one. You always get that first hit for free.
That's how you. That's me.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I'm not betting anymore.
There's a reason why gambling sites are no different than anything else that does that.
I mean, the first time I loaded up, when we went to the Memorial Golf Tournament in Columbus, whatever that was, 3-4 years ago, I never had FanDuel, but I loaded it up. I took all the free bets, and I made like $800, and then just closed my account. And I was like, I'm your worst nightmare because I'm never going to bet again. And then, of course, 2 years later, when gambling becomes legal in Kentucky, I lost all that money. And,
I'm I'm going to show you how old I am. The last time I used FanDuel was when they actually had college players, and you could still do college football FanDuel.
Oh, really?
And I remember I had Dak Prescott. It was when Mississippi State played UK. Was it Tolles was UK's quarterback? And they had this like massive shootout. And I won a nice chunk of change because I had Dak Prescott like starting in that. I think it was that thing. They did it for like 1 year, and then by the end of the season, FanDuel was like, "Yeah, we're not allowed to use players from college anymore. We got to get rid of it." And I think that's and I stopped doing FanDuel after that.
PRTG says, didn't the news dub over Trevor attempting to speak Spanish when he was at Wagner?
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about that.
I've told that story?
Yeah.
Yeah, for those that don't know, I'll do a quick version. So they for some reason, when my freshman year I took Spanish, they decided, I don't remember which news channel came in, was like doing something on Wagner. So, and when I was taking my Spanish test, Miss Ross, shout out to her, we would go up to her and we had to read a conversation in Spanish. And like at that exact moment, the TV camera is like right on me. Shockingly, I'm not good at Spanish, and I don't even remember what I said. So when I watched it the next night on that night on the news, I was so excited just to see me on the news. I mean, this is again like 94, I think, 95.
Sure.
Maybe. And so I turned it on, and I can't. It is no different than hearing Bruce Willis saying "Yippee ki yay." It's like, Mother Hawker or something. That's what it was. It was like it was like fluent. Like they like brought somebody in that spoke fluent Mexican or Spanish. And I said, fluent. I can't believe I did that. And it goes like Manuel, and I'm like,
¿Qué quiere decir?
I'm like, what the hell? That's not me.
That's hilarious.
That's me, but not me. Oh.
You made some poor bastard back in the 90s go above and beyond to make sure that their segment wasn't ruined by your first grade Spanish speaking.
And why would you even do that? Like, why can't you just talk? Because they were talking over.
Strike this guy out.
Because, like, any story you still do today, like, they're showing clips and the reporter's talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for some reason, like, they wanted to go to live audio, like, when it's on me doing my Spanish test. And they just felt like.
It's hilarious.
Someone was like, I think he's speaking nonsense. Like, I don't even think that's Spanish.
I think we're in the wrong room. I don't think this is the Spanish class, actually.
Funny story. I believe if I remember right, I actually was she let me pass that test because of that. Even though
because you were on the news?
Yeah, because she was like, she felt bad for me. Like, I think I tried to play it off like I would have gotten him as Ross if that's the stress of that.
You got a pity pass?
Yeah, so I was Manuel.
PRTG also says, how'd that Prince block taste, though? Like honey mustard? Says, you all talking about the beach or Shutter Island with DiCaprio? I think you combine the two.
I like
Shutter Island. I don't care for the beach.
I don't think it's his best. I think it gets a bad rap. But Shutter Island, I did like as well. That's the one that like leaves the ending kind of open, doesn't it? Yeah. I liked it. Yeah.
It stopped spinning. Hokey Pokey Mike, Hokey Pokey, just like Frasier when he bailed the telethon to sing Buttons and Bows. That's a great Frasier reference right there.
I'm not a Frasier guy. You're going to get me on those.
Texture says you should do a fundraising live stream on YouTube. I don't know how to do that.
I don't know. Yeah, we don't. I don't think we get enough YouTube viewers now to raise money.
Well, I think it meant like me doing my own thing.
Oh well, I'm sorry. Are you saying I'm the reason why the numbers are down?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
Texas Mike, do you mow your own yard? Oh man, you got me at a bad time for this. I have before the last year. We have a lawn service.
You have a large, but now your yard and your new house is larger. Than
It's yeah.
So you do a lawn service.
Yeah.
Didn't you used to mock me for that?
No.
Are you sure?
I mean, you don't like. I mocked you for not picking up your dog poop.
Well, again, we think the lawn service mows over.
Ew.
I did have to cut back on my guy. He only comes once every 2 weeks now.
Texas Mike is doing everything he can to raise money to help people find food and get basic needs in a world where a trillionaire now exists. That's crazy. A trillion seconds is over 31,000 years for reference. Shaking my head. Yeah, I mean, I don't need to get into it.
You saw the Elon's.
Yeah. It is sort of insane at a very basic. I mean, I don't think it's a political thing. It is crazy that just if you went to like all of our basic humanities, like who we are at our cores, and you said, hey, you're going to live in a world where this many people exist and there are absolutely enough resources for everybody to have homes and everybody to have food. I think if you tried to explain that to us if we had no other info in our brains, we'd all be like, oh, well, cool. Like, why don't we all have food in homes or food in something? It is crazy that like there are legitimately people still hungry in the most wealthy society that humanity has ever seen.
I can't remember the stand-up comic I saw that used to joke. He said, "We're the only country where you hunt for fun."
Yeah.
I mean, if we
not anymore, but
maybe not so much. KRC, this question came up when we talked about him making $1 trillion. What's the first thing you'd buy if you had $1 trillion? I said Montana. I said just buy me a state and just be like, nobody else. Hey, you want to see a wall? Here it comes. No one's coming in.
I mean, I would do all the same. The boring answers are the ones that I would actually do, where it's, pay off everything and, make sure that all of your financials. But if we're talking about just like superfluous
something fun
purchases,
you'd buy. Yeah, something big and cool that you could actually buy because money is literally no problem.
I feel like I would buy, like, legitimately one of the first things I would look into is how do I get, like, floor seats and whatever for U of L games.
I mean, you just buy U of L.
I would just go to U of L and be like, a quarterback might be the right answer.
Yeah, you're going to put Braum number 1 on that list, aren't you?
Yeah, I would make sure that Jeff Braum is climbing up that list the next year. And if he's not, I'm paying like $1 billion to go get somebody else to coach the team. We're bringing back the ghost of Bill Walsh.
I'd love to think that I can't say the word for me because I'm going to sound like Charlie Day when I say it. Say it for me.
Philanthropist.
Thank you, because I don't want. I end up. I feel like Charlie Day when I try to say that word. I can't do it. You know how he says it. So like, I like to think that I would be like kind of more like Ted Turner, like giving away all the money. But then again, if I had that kind of much money, I'd probably actually have a wife and kids. So I would need to make sure to take care of them too. But
I think you can do everything. If you're a
$1 trillion. I would love to be able to be like just give $1 million to each state and be like, and listen, this isn't even going to the government because I don't want y'all to touch it. I'm making sure this is going to like the right people.
Speedy Tom says Trevor's biggest DIY project is picking up his dog poop once 5 years ago.
No, I didn't do that.
I was going to say, when's the last time you actually...
That wasn't in my house? Like, when I poop in the living room, I'll pick it up. But outside? Oh, good Lord. You know what? You're going to hate me for this. Even when I had Donovan and I lived in the apartments in Bowling Green, I never even picked up his.
That's bad.
But I think he would just go out and run and poop and then run back in. He was.
How does that make it better?
Well, I guess it's just better for me. I didn't mean for it to be better for you. Maybe.
How do you feel like most dogs? I love that was your way to cushion the blow. He would just run out, poop, and just run back in. It's like, yeah, that's what they do. That's exactly that's how dog pooping works. How does that make you not picking it up any less disgusting?
Well, I mean, it made me feel better.
Yeah, it just came out of his butt and went onto the grass. In my defense,
I didn't have time to go pick it up. I'd move too slow.
Ridiculous. Texas Mike, it's okay. If you lose this dance competition, all we have to do is claim that it was rigged, and we don't have to actually explain how it's rigged. You're winning no matter with this logic. I will claim shenanigans if I don't win a trophy.
You should.
I'm going to say, this one person who accidentally donated to the general fund, I got cost because of that. And they'll be like, well, you actually got out-donated by like $15,000. I'm like, she was donating $16,000.
Show me the ballot.
Yeah, exactly. Texter says, Red Rocks guy here. What's up, Red Rocks guy?
Red Rocks.
You should have asked me for a donation of a pair of ticks to mutually agreed upon show at the venue. I mean, have you not been listening, Red Rocks guy? I see all your texts.
Well, I mean, if he's anything to do with Red Rocks, he's probably
He works at Red Rocks.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah, that's why he's Red Rocks guy.
I just thought he was just like a concert guy. That's on my bucket list. I would love to go to. I've never been to be able to visit there.
Take that money, Red Rocks guy, and donate to my campaign. Give it to the hungry. Let's go. Or even like a quarter of it and donate it. We'll take whatever. $5.
Like literally, no, you can't do that.
Ohio guy says prayers for Kenny Klein. Also, if the Knicks win the NBA Finals, Jalen Brunson will go down as the greatest player in franchise history, and it ain't even close to being debatable.
Yeah.
Trevor's going to have thoughts about that.
Yeah, I don't even think he should be MVP of the Finals right now.
I think it should be OG.
I think should be OJ. OG, it definitely should be.
OJ.
Hey, one of the last times they were in the Finals, OJ's on TV too.
He was being known for football.
That was 94. Did you see the new OG T-shirts?
No.
It just says just the tip OG.
Oh, that's good.
I know. I thought it was a clever one, too.
Oh, guys, this is Chris the Plumber sad that his hero, Clay Travis, is leaving out kick.
I mean, he's closing out kick the cupboards, right? If he's leaving, I mean.
Well, I think he's going, like, I think it's staying, I think it's still existing, and he's just going to do more national stuff with Fox.
He's again following Matt in his path in his way.
I guess.
I did not actually hate Clay Travis for a while, but he has so heavily swerved into this. Everything is all one side and nothing else has annoyed me beyond belief. Like 5 years ago, 8 years ago, maybe I didn't mind him. It's gotten now I see when I take.
Well, he's a grifter. Like he's worse than I think people that are giving earnest opinions that I disagree with because I know he doesn't actually believe.
No, he doesn't. That's
he's admitted.
And that's what drives me nuts. Is he's clearly just selling and pandering to people, and it's like.
And I would feel the same way about somebody doing something on the other side. Like
I agree.
At least stand by your beliefs. Don't just say stuff because you feel like it appeals to a vulnerable listenership that will just go along with it and make you rich.
Like I feel like when he started, he wasn't that way.
He wasn't because it's not what he actually believes.
That's true.
He told his wife when Trump got elected, he's like, "This might not be great for the country, but we're gonna get rich."
I mean,
she said that in an interview.
I mean, can I hate him for that? I guess.
Yeah, for sure. I can.
I mean, I can hate him, but I guess also respect. He want to make money. He wants to become a millionaire.
That's grifting. Texas Rutherford experiencing early onset Republican by getting mad and weaponizing the Big X and Card Cron against Pat Kelsey for not contributing to his campaign. That's not what happened. I don't blame Pat for anything.
Yeah, you can never have ill will toward Kelsey.
I blame other people. Only if I lose. If I win,
everything's love.
Yeah, we're all good.
Yeah.
If I lose, I will be burning stuff down like Khaleesi. Texture says, baby, baby does slap.
It does. Amy Grant. Baby, baby. Love you when I'm on there. Amy Grant she's lit. Is that what the kids say?
She's lit.
I remember I went to Southeast Christian Church.
She's never been referred to as lit ever.
A friend of mine took me to his church service one time at Southeast Christian, and it was like 30 minutes straight on loop of Amy Grant while we were in there playing, hanging out in this room. I was like, that was in the day I was like, I like Amy Grant, but good Lord, no pun intended.
Texture says, Mike, you could tear the house down at this dance competition if you did a True Lies-esque tango, but replaced your current dance partner with Trevor.
I'm trying to remember the tango. I always just think of the Jamie Lee Curtis strip dance.
See, so my partner, she specializes in tango.
Okay.
Her and her partner Clay, they run Bourbon Tango, which is one of the dance communities here in Louisville. And so, like, they do, like, and I've watched her videos on Instagram and stuff. Tango's too much for me. Like, I don't. You have to be like, kind of leaning into the person way too much, and it's very sultry. It's very sexual, and I don't think I could do a good job.
What's the
with
one?
The tango?
When he suggests the movie in Dirty Dancing, he's like, I think we have a new dance. Let's try the Marengo.
I have no idea.
And that's just like, it's like, great, we'll switch it up. We'll do the Marengo. He's like patronizing him.
We're doing a jive.
I should be. Why can't I be your partner in this? I mean, I guess
because you're not a professional dancer.
What do I have to do to be a professional dancer?
Dance professionally.
Dance them for money.
Teach classes.
Do what you want me to do. Is that what you're saying?
Have that be your occupation, professional dancer. That's what you have to do. I do. One of my favorite things about this whole thing is like hearing all of like the dance subplots, like about the dance community. Like I'm getting all the gossip from people about what was going on in the 90s at Fred Astaire's and what was going on at this dance place.
Really?
Like, dance culture is crazy around here.
Is it cutthroat?
It's nuts.
Is it like...
We got there's money laundering happening. There's gangsters from Miami running dance companies here. All sorts of stuff going on.
I picture like a beauty pageant type atmosphere behind the scenes.
Oh, it's crazy.
Where it's like everyone's out to get. There's no one you can trust.
You got people getting kicked out in the middle of class because they found out they were taking lessons at another dance instructor that they didn't like. Like just crazy stuff.
I mean, watch out for lead pipes at the knees.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Harding taking people out. It's just it's wild. I want more of it. I want to be more a part of this community. I need more stories. Texture says, I just can't do the World Cup. So much flopping and time wasting. I'm glad Paulo De Piccolo is not on the phone anymore. These guys act like Jadeveon Clowney blew them up. It's ridiculous.
I love the two things he brought up. The I hate flopping excuse, which then you go like, NBA is great.
Yeah.
And the other one he brought up, the LeBron James play thing, and you mentioned it. That one used to always crack me up too. It's like, Is there any way of saying I'm a novice person that knows nothing about sports more than being like LeBron James would be?
I mean, I can admit that I use a talking point, but it was like 1994 when I was in 4th grade. And it has been a constant it's sports thing that comes up every 4 years, ever since then, where people are like, if we just had our best athletes playing soccer, we'd have we would dominate the world.
There is skill involved, in case you're wondering, people.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it does go. I do think that, like, the notion that America is so far either ahead of the rest of the world or near the front with the rest of the world in most facets of competitive, any sort of competition, and this is the one where, despite all of our best efforts, we still remain mediocre. I do think that's like a fascinating topic of conversation, because everyone has different ideas about why, and all these countries have centuries of a head start against us.
Well, there's one reason right there.
I think that's probably the heart of it. But it's the same as like, well, why can't Louisville be as good as Ohio State in football every year? There are financial concerns, but there's also generations of like, this is what we do. We've built this. Like, programs do have DNAs. Countries, they're international, not that they're international, but like their national teams, like they have DNAs as well. There's definitely a part of that. People talk about not having the academies here. I think it's very interesting. But the problem is, it always gets boiled down to like those same exact arguments where it's like, well, we just don't care as much. And you're like, well,
I can't wonder, like, in the same reason why a lot of countries have, I wouldn't say exceeded us in basketball, but have caught up and in some cases maybe gone past, that it's a teaching of the skill level, whereas Americans were just like going for like the athlete, the big guy. Again, LeBron James, let's put him in there. He's 6'8", 240-pound freak athlete. He'll obviously dominate soccer. I mean, I think that the skills, which are the hardest thing to learn in any sport, is the thing that like other countries emphasize, especially in soccer.
It'd be the same thing if you said like Usain Bolt, if you put him in a running back in an NFL game, like he would rush for 300 yards every game.
He'd be out of the game in 2 plays after getting broken in half.
Like, no, he wouldn't. It's like that's not the way that it works.
I think that's one sadly overlooked heavily.
For sure. All right, would you like to make some predictions for the weekend ahead?
Yeah, I guess we got to do some big predictions because you'll be gone a week, too.
Well, I'm not going to be like, we won't do games for next week, but we'll still do the games for this weekend.
All right.
And these are brought to you by our friend Chad Hennessy with InsureMax, who's been proudly serving the Louisville area for over 25 years. Call him today, 502-479-4085. First up, we do have tonight, United States, Paraguay, 9 o'clock on Fox at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. The Americans looking to kick off a special run on their home soil in the World Cup. How does night one go? Trevor Kelsey, who you got?
Well, for Paraguay, the quote a wise man once said, Inglewood, up to no good. USA wins 2-1.
Ooh, I like that. I'm actually going to do you one better.
Ooh.
USA 2, Paraguay nothing.
Ah, a little nil shutout, baby.
Dos a Cero.
We have no NBA tonight, right?
We have no NBA tonight.
Do you credit the NBA for not trying to go head-to-head with the USA?
Yeah, I think that they kind of worked it out that way.
Good. Yeah. I think that's good on their part, though.
But they do typically do the 2 days off between the traveling.
But that's true.
They're not going to.
You're right. They have travel.
Yeah, they will do it again. After unless the Knicks wrap it up. If the Spurs win Saturday, the game at MSG is not till Tuesday.
Okay.
Let's pick before we do that. Let's pick the NHL game on Sunday. Carolina versus Vegas.
In Vegas.
Series on the line for the Canes. Do they wrap it up Sunday night, 8 o'clock on ABC?
I'm going Canes closing it out on Sunday. Yeah, I think they do. For win this series, it would be 4-2 win series.
I said Canes 4-2 at the beginning of the series. I kind of think Vegas wins this, but I'm sticking with my initial prediction.
It's looking like Vegas's wins have come lucky.
They're not as good as Carolina.
Yeah, I think that even me is
we got to go fast here. I'll say Carolina wins this, closes it out 3-0. And then Saturday, 8:30 on ABC, Knicks Spurs. Do we see a game 5? Do we see a game 6? Who wins this? San Antonio's a 5.5-point favorite.
Scott Foster coach reffing? I'm going to go. I'm saying the Spurs still win. We go at least to 6.
Yeah, I think San Antonio wins this. I'll say they cover. They win this by 6 points. Narrow cover. Okay. All right, I'm out of here for the weekend and the week. Until I talk to you guys on next Monday, a week from Monday. Go Cards, and we love you, Kenny Klein.